T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we're live here on YouTube, the DCCTV Podcast YouTube channel. Welcome to a new episode of the Flash Podcast. We're live and wired right here on this beautiful Saturday. And I'm your host, Andy B, as always. And with me, as always, for this kind of lead up to the event of the year, I hear that there's still like 9 more months left of this year. The only thing that matters for me right now is Zack Snyder's Justice League. And joining me for that, for the final lead up to the film, is Rebecca Johnson from Supergirl Radio. Rebecca, how are you doing today?
Doing well. I've got my popcorn ready to go. I brought a different bowl this time for my popcorn so that you could see it.
No,
last time I had a green one, so it was disappearing with my green screen. But I got popcorn. I got some cookies. I've got my water. I'm ready to go. This is a 3.5-hour movie.
Yeah,
we got to get comfortable. And
I made a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's gonna. You could almost eat one every hour.
I could, except that I have like mad appetite. So like I'm like, let's
Pace
take a bet.
yourself.
I will pace myself. Yeah. I try not to drink anything for the last like hour or two because like this is a long movie, but I'm excited to cover this movie because today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a live commentary on Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, the second chapter in Zack Snyder's DCEU vision leading up to his Justice League story. And because after this, we're waiting till March 18th to get the 4-hour cut. So we're doing a 3-hour cut today, we're doing a 4-hour cut next time. But before we get to that, I kind of do a little similar thing that we did last time with Man of Steel, which was so much fun, which is kind of like, I want to first ask you, Rebecca, like, what is your fondest memory, like when the movie was announced and so on, like kind of like as we throughout the whole 2 years that we were leading up to the film, what was your fondest memory that got you so excited to watch the movie? Because this woman has watched this film in theater more times than I've probably seen any film in theater.
I did see it 15 times in the theater. It was because I bought one of those. At the time you could pay $100 and get like this. I forget what they called it, like an ultimate ticket or something. And so you could use that card and go see it as many times as you wanted. But I think you only had to see it once a day though. So I could go and see it as much as I wanted. And I did as much as I could. So I guess so you're talking about leading up to.
Yeah, like was it like what was like? Was there a big casting announcement that you got you pumped for the movie? Or like was it something like, was there a trailer? Like what was the thing that got you most stoked for the film?
That's really interesting because initially I was hesitant with Batman v Superman because the teaser trailer, while it was awesome, I think it's one of the best trailers ever made because the sound design is really great. But I also was really nervous about it because it had that shot that said "False God" on Superman, and I was like, ooh, what is happening in this movie? So that I think is what got my interest, just because I was like, wow, this is not quite what I thought, but I'm now intrigued and I'm a little nervous about it, which is kind of, for me, a good place to be, because it's like, oh, I have no idea where this is going to go. So I guess that teaser trailer, when that came out, it had been leaked. If people remember, it had been leaked before it officially came out, and the quality of it was terrible. And you couldn't see it very well. And then when the official teaser trailer was released in the higher quality version, you could see so much clearly the shot of Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne staring at the Batsuit. And there was such a difference with that higher quality because you could just see that anger of him looking at the Batsuit. And I remember thinking, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. Mm-hmm. So I was a little nervous about it, but I was also like really intrigued. And so I think that teaser trailer, I still watch it to this day. Every now and then I'll go back and revisit it just because it's such a good trailer.
I think for me, like, I mean, it's a little bit selfish, but but it's because I was there the day when it was announced. Like I was in Hall H at San Diego Comic Con 2013. If you guys haven't gone to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Behbakht, I was able to capture, like because Zack Snyder comes out on stage and he kind of thanks everyone for the support for Man of Steel and says that we're definitely gonna do another Superman movie, and I can't. Like, he couldn't tell us what was going to be in it, but he said I can maybe give you a little nugget of like what might be part of the film. So he brings in Harry Lennox, who plays General Swanwick, and now we know another character. Everyone is filming, this whole thing, and what he does is that he gets on stage to read a quote from a book that we're going to show you very soon, and some people recognize that and you're like, oh crap, this is what it's going to be about, and then the entire room goes dark, the screen goes black, and we start hearing like suspenseful music, and there is a silver Man of Steel as shows up on screen, and suddenly out of nowhere, a bat fades in behind us, and everyone lost their crap. Like, I mean, listen, that clip that I have on my YouTube channel, and like I joke with my friends sometimes, say like that's probably the only time you will hear me sound as manly as I can, because I would like like I got really really excited, and I couldn't believe that I got to be there when because I have always wanted to see Batman and Superman on screen together since I was a kid. So the fact that I got to be there, and just see this announcement, and everyone lost their crap. And for some reason, this clip has now garnered like 1.7 million views, and it's insane. But I mean, that gives me a little bit of fame. I don't mind that. But that's my fondest memory, because I got so excited for Ben Affleck as Batman, and I was optimistic about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and then I was ready for so much of it, but like that moment for me, just getting to be there and hear, like, want to be one of the first people to hear that the movie was happening. That was my fondest memory.
Yeah, that's a great moment, because everybody does go nuts, and Harry Lennox does such a good job. He almost has it memorized by the end, because he like removes his glasses and sort of puts his script down, and he really goes for it. So I think that was such a cool way. It was very an understated way to announce it, because it's just a guy on the stage reading something, but it was very very impactful. So we do have some talk about the teasers and some of the trailers in the chat. David W says, if you haven't heard of the podcast yet, check out Man of Steel Answers Inside Commentary. The guy behind it does a wonderful analysis of the BVS teaser. Yeah, I highly recommend Man of Steel Answers Inside Commentary. The guy who does it goes by Dr. Awkward, or Doc Ock. He's actually, if you want to hear him on Supergirl Radio, you can go check out our episode on the Man of Steel prequel comic. He offers some insights about that. So definitely go check out his podcast. It's really well put together, well researched, and Doc Ock does such a great job.
Plus, what a cool when you put the whole name together as like a nickname, mosaic.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah, so some people would call it Mosaic for sure, but
I've heard of the podcast. Yeah, he was. I think he was one of the first hosts you had in season 0, right?
Yeah, that was pretty early on. So he was very cool to talk about. Since he talks about Man of Steel so much, I thought it would be good for him to talk about the Man of Steel prequel comic. So he was very nice to come and chat with us.
It's a really good book. I wish it was printed.
Yeah, me too. I would definitely buy it.
Yeah. Let's see what else are people saying in the chat. Let's see. I'm looking. Kenneth Carley says, when the movie was first announced, I do admit, how is this going to work? Will Superman be sidelined? I know a lot of people had that concern, but again, it's like I couldn't imagine them somehow sidelining Superman, like in a film that had like where the title has like one half of the title is Superman. So I wasn't worried.
It's definitely a Superman film. I mean, it's maybe almost as much of a Superman film than it is a Batman film. So I don't think that there is any sidelining that happens with Superman. A lot of people you hear the haters talking about, oh, he doesn't have a lot of dialogue. And it's like, what? When does that make for a good film? He does a lot of things. He's in it a lot. And the story is mostly about him. Actually, Zack Snyder, basically, his whole vision was about Superman. So that's
Yeah.
why I get a little confused when Superman fans are so upset about these things. I'm like, you do realize this was supposed to be a 5-film arc about Superman. We were supposed to get 5 films of Superman content. But yeah, I think I think they do a good balance of the Batman stuff and the Superman stuff. But I would argue it's almost more of a Superman film.
I would agree. I mean, there's a lot of good Clark, which we're gonna see today, and there's a lot, and there's I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it would essentially I count BBS as not Man of Steel 2, but I count it as a Superman film. So, this comment I want to bring up from Spider-Man. Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin is a big fan of BBS. He was watching yesterday with his dog. Oh my god, that clip was just so adorable, because it's the opening and the dog is watching so suspenseful, with his big little eyes, and I'm like, that dog has good taste.
Yeah, it's so funny, that opening sequence, and we'll talk about it when we start the movie, which we probably should get to here in a minute because it's such a long film. But I remember my friend Tana came over one time, and this was before COVID and all this kind of stuff. So you could have friends over. But she came over because we were doing Dragon Con stuff, and I put Batman v Superman on in the background just to have something to watch. I think we were doing cosplay stuff. We were making costumes and stuff. And she looked up at the opening sequence, and she was like, man, this is gorgeous. And I was like, right? So it's just funny that that opening sequence is loved by humans and animals alike.
Yeah. We can get to these comments after we've done the commentary, but I definitely want to go to just very briefly because I was talking to Rebecca about what the inspiration for Man of Steel for Batman vs Superman. So we're gonna throw this up. So these were the books that really influenced the film. At least, I mean, definitely, as you can see on the first one, Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. That was literally the book that Harry Lennox was. Is it Henry or is it Harry Lennox?
Harry Lennox.
Harry Lennox, sorry. Where he was reading that infamous quote, where he, I will be the one man to defeat, I will be the, what's the quote now? But basically, I will be the one man to defeating you, Clark.
To beat you, I think is what he says.
To beat you in your most private moments. And I'm again, Harry, he has such a great voice that I'm and again, if you listen closely to my my BBS teaser announcement video, you can hear me doing the prediction that did come to fruition. Now, the one book that I was surprised about, Rebecca, that I didn't know, but maybe you can tell the viewers and listeners a little more about, is Superman Peace on Earth.
Yeah, so I came to learn about that through people on Twitter who made connections. There's a lot of visual similarities in that book to what we see in Batman v Superman. I don't personally have it myself because I contacted a friend of mine who works at a comic book store, and he told me, oh, it's out of print. And I was like, oh, that's why it's so expensive on Amazon. So I haven't been able to buy it because it's so expensive, and it's not on Comixology or anything like that. So you do have to either, buy it off a website or eBay or something like that. But it has a lot of visual similarities to what you see in BBS. And so I think that's a really interesting pull there. And of course, the death of Superman, very heavily influential on what happens in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and as well as Injustice. A lot of people make connections to Injustice through the nightmare sequence and the totalitarian Superman that you find in those stories. So there's a lot of comic book influences on the film.
I mean, goodness gracious, Rebecca, it's almost as if Zack Snyder likes comic books.
What? It's almost like it's like it's a comic book film. So that's
I can't even
crazy.
believe this, Rebecca. I can't believe
crazy. This. It's almost like they studied them and used them as references.
Yeah, girl. I mean, I mean, and people keep calling Zack the fool, and it's like, no, he knew what he was doing this entire time.
Yeah, he knew.
But so we're gonna get to the film now because, like Rebecca said, it is a long film, and like because the Ultimate Edition is. I will say, like, I think it is better than theatrical version, but like if it's on TV, like I will watch either versions, of course. So guys, like if you have HBO Max, or if you have the film, if you own the film digitally through iTunes and so on, get ready. We're gonna start on the Warner Bros. Logo when the leaf comes in, and shall we? I don't know if we talked about it. Do we have any bathroom breaks, Rebecca?
Well, here's the thing. Since we can't stop the commentary, we can't.
That would be so awkward for me to edit, like silence.
So I think if you need to step out, just do it. This goes for both of us, and then the other one will just keep talking until you return. So
yeah,
if you go away, just stop your camera and mute your mic and walk away, and we'll just keep going. So because we cannot stop the commentary. It just has to keep going. So just take a break if you need one.
Exactly. So so I'm gonna count from 3, and when I say play, we all hit play at the same time, guys. So God, I'm so excited. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, play.
So Andy, my first question for you is, what do you think about? We've talked a little bit about the opening sequence with the murder of the Waynes and everything. What do you think about it?
Honestly, even though I feel like I've seen the origin story so many damn times, this was a little bit different because because in the other movies, it's like the death happens so quickly and then we move away from it really quickly. But this, like, I feel like we follow afterwards, like after the events of the death of Thomas and Martha. And so we see something different. We see, we get to see the Wayne matter in a different light, and we get to see Bruce, essentially having, I would say it's a panic attack because, I think I cannot even imagine what it would be like to lose your parents at that young age and then having to bury them.
Yeah, and seeing them murdered right in front of your eyes, that's definitely going to leave you a little bit traumatized. Yeah, one of my, and I think we might have a little bit of an echo, Andy. So I guess if one of us isn't talking, we might want to mute ourselves. But my favorite thing in this opening sequence is when the gun goes around the pearls. We'll see it here in a little bit. It literally, when I say it took my breath away the first time I saw it in the theater, I'm not lying. It literally made me gasp. So this is so visually interesting, and like a lot of Zack Snyder films, it doesn't have any dialogue. You don't hear much spoken. It's just music and visuals, and it really brings you into the story, I think, at least for me. And it does a good job of setting up things a little differently, but also very faithful to The Dark Knight Returns. Even with the Thomas Wayne clench of his fist, that's in Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. So when people talk about being comic book accurate, it is comic book accurate.
Now, I just want to confirm with you and the listeners, you guys cannot hear my audio at all, right?
No, it's just an echo of your voice. That's
okay, good.
Yeah.
No, and again, like I can admit sometimes that the slow motion can be whatever, but I felt this was perfect because it feels like I'm going from one panel to another panel to another panel to another panel, and yeah, I mean that image of like as the gun is going up towards the pearls, that is haunting.
Yeah, and if you
Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL.
Good stuff. And if you'll notice, a lot of things in that sequence are falling. The lighting is falling. The people are falling because Bruce talks about, what falls is fallen. And so it's interesting that you see a lot of things, even like the little lights trickling down. So pay attention to that to see everything that's actually falling.
Jeffrey Dean Thomas, ladies and gentlemen.
I love those close-ups. Sometimes you watch films and they don't really utilize close-ups really well, but this one does.
It's that Larry Fong, ladies and gentlemen, director of photography.
He's my hero. Larry Fong forever. He's so good. The team up of Zack Snyder and Larry Fong is amazing. Also worked together on 300 and Watchmen. I'm sorry?
This is a great production team that you have. Like Michael Wilkinson for the costumes, Hans Zimmer and Junkie Kill for the score, and Larry Fong for DP. I mean, okay, this is one of my favorite parts because one of my favorite Batman villains is the Man-Bat, and we've never seen him properly on screen. But basically, this is kind of maybe the closest maybe we'll get to Man-Bat when the giant one shows up.
Yeah, that's a little bit later, but yeah, you'll definitely see a Man-Bat here in this film.
Now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I saw a name I didn't like. When he's flying upwards, the shadow, it's meant to be formed like a bat almost, right?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, you can see a bat with the kind of the wings going out with his arms out, so you can definitely get that. It should be mentioned that this is Chris Terrio. So good. This film is actually the first time you can actually see a little bat right there when he goes up into the light. But this film is the first time that Bill Finger is credited for Batman. So this is a unique thing for Bill Finger. It
took us all these years to give him credit.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Mankind is introduced to the Superman, to the Superman.
And so, Andy, what were your thoughts about going back to the events of Man of Steel? What did you think about how they
love this so much? I mean, look, I don't like that people are being killed and like running for their lives. I'm not that much of a maniac, but like, it is amazing that they were able to connect Bruce and Clark's story in a very organic way. Because Bruce would be traveling. Like, he's a businessman after all, so he would be in Metropolis, and that he just happens to be that one. He happens to be there today when all this goes down. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I love this a lot because it shows more of the human aspect of what happened that day, that there were people struggling in their buildings, that there were people trying to get to other people. Like it really shows the human elements of it. And it also kind of hits back at the haters of Man of Steel because people complained so much about the destruction in that film. And this actually shows that there are consequences to that destruction, kind of following back up with it.
Yeah, it's not like in a certain Marvel movie where half of New York gets blown up, but we're still smiling and happy afterwards.
Yeah, it's just more realistic.
Okay, listen, sure. Ben Affleck is an intense driver, and I want to be in a car with him when he drives. Like his fit and determination is, there's a scout ship going through all those buildings.
It's such a crazy shot because there might be people in those buildings.
Yeah. I mean, go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, speaking of Ben Affleck's driving, I love that we get to see Batman, for lack of words, driving, because he's always driving the Batmobile and trying to drive, kind of a little bit recklessly in the Batmobile, and so it was sort of neat to see him using his Batman skills as a driver behind just a regular car.
Can you imagine? Yeah, again, seeing that spaceship just up to
I mean, their curiosity gets the best of them. They just stand there and watch it. I don't know. I might be getting out of Dodge, but some people would stay there and watch and see what happens.
Everyone's running away from it, but Batman is running towards it.
Yeah.
Man, if I ever get married, I want Hans Zimmer to just bring a bunch of drums to my wedding and just play the hell out of it.
That would be intense. I also just want to point out for people who want to kind of look for trends in the film is that there's a lot of Christian elements in this film. And so you get to see Jack here. He's praying before he knows he's going to die. So a lot of that stuff will sort of continue to happen throughout the film. The music is so good here.
Yeah. Did you get goosebumps just in this first couple of minutes of this film?
Yeah.
That's what this is what the score does to me. I like what Kay is in the comments is saying. Lol, I do find it kind of funny how Marvel gets a free pass, but DC doesn't when it comes to destruction of property or killing.
Yeah. Also, pay attention to the use of horses in this film. Horses I sort of brought up the use of horses a long time ago on Twitter when I was still on Twitter, and I don't remember people talking about it before then. I'm not taking credit for it, but I'm just saying. But horses in this film, I think, represent death. And so anytime you see a horse in this film, there's either a hinting of death to come or that there already was death. So pay attention to the patterns there with those little horse motifs.
I never thought of it that way. That's
yeah. We'll try to catch him. Keep your eyes peeled for use of horses.
Oh my god! I was when he said, "Can I call you Wally?" I'm like, no. Barry comes first. Wally has to wait his turn. I was like getting like Wally, and like my friends who were watching with me, they're like, "Why are you so angry? It's only been 5 minutes." I'm like, "He said Wally. If that's Wally West, you know how angry." And they're like, "Who is Wally West?"
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw it, I did think Wally West.
Oh, good lord!
This is another young person who loses their mom. So
where's your mom? Oh,
yeah, that's heartbreaking. But Bruce lost his mom, just like that. Well, not just like that, but like that at an early age. And the mothers play such an important part in the film that I think it could have been her dad up there, but they chose to use the mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. Oh,
he's really good.
He's watching those two figures. He's just like, I'm gonna kill you both. Yeah, no, like I was not against the idea when he was cast. I'm like, oh, you know what? I can kind of see it. Like, that's inspired casting. But then of course people were like, the bar from Fandoms or whatever. The first time we see Kryptonite.
Yes, they sort of allude to it in Man of Steel.
With the atmosphere, yeah.
With the idea that the atmosphere from Krypton is what weakens Superman. So
I'm sorry, this is horrible, but it's hilarious. Chaos says, Bruce goes, "I will call you Robin." No, that is horrible. That girl had just lost her mommy. Now, I wonder how do you think Kryptonite got to? Like, do you think Kryptonite got to Earth the same way as it does in like other incarnations, where like Krypton blows up and it kind of goes all over the place?
No, I think this is from the ship. They show that world engine in the water, and I think it's somehow related to the world engine. So I guess it was affected by the stuff in the world engine, and it just somehow when it exploded or it was beat up by Superman, it became this. That's what I think anyway.
I love that I'm learning more about this film even like all these years later. So
I don't think it comes from the sky from the destruction of Krypton. I think it's related to the world.
And there we have no, not yet. There's a Jimmy Olsen.
Well, I like the dialogue there. It talks about blood in the sky. That's hinting to some death and tragedy that's about to come.
And there's your queen.
Look at the reveal.
Adams.
Look at that reveal. That is what I'm talking about.
A little bit of hint of purple. Subtle, but there's a little purple.
A little bit. So you recognize this guy from a certain TV show that you love, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was... Oh my god, I just realized what he is. He is like Lex's clone brother who is also Lois's boss. Oh.
Yeah, he worked at the Daily Planet, so it's very fitting that he played Jimmy Olsen. Although Jimmy
he is a good actor. He's a good actor, I will say that. So like
Jimmy doesn't work at the Daily Planet in this version, but he might as well. He's a photographer going with Lois Lane.
Again, it's like people who say that, that, this version of Lois Lane, like she talks more than she acts. It's like she's investigating all over the world. What more can you?
Also, she's Lois Lane. She should be talking. She should be using her words. Yeah. Words are her superpowers, or superpower.
And there we have a very human version of KG Beast.
Yeah.
She's not even afraid. Like she's like.
Well, she's probably interviewed all kinds of people in power before. This dialogue from this general is so interesting when he starts to talk about the love of his people and everything. he talks about men in power and everything. This dialogue is so good in the scene.
Again, how were we so fortunate to get Chris Terrio? I don't understand this.
It's the dialogue really is impeccable because it plays into themes throughout the film when you talk about people in power and talking about the love of people. I mean, I think some of that is related to Superman. He doesn't actually say Superman, but I think it also applies to Superman.
Do you know if Chris Terrio and Zack had worked before on something else, or am I missing a connection here?
No, I think that was their first time. Ben Affleck brought Chris Terrio in because I think they worked together in Argo. Yeah. So when they were sort of revamping the script, I think Ben Affleck was like, I know a guy. And it's funny because Chris Terrio wasn't a comic book guy. And so he did all this research and learned everything about the DC universe. And he found a way to get into the story just by things he was interested in. And then later he developed an affinity for the comic books.
Well, that makes me very proud of him then. I feel like he could because this is,
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen is a little short-lived.
Yeah, he's as much a photographer as James Olsen is. So.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
At least he attempted to take a picture.
Yeah.
At least he had a camera. I think a lot of people were upset that Jimmy Olsen dies in this, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I still think it would be cool, if he has a sibling, like a Jenny Olsen, like we talked in The Man of Steel, that kind of follows his footstep or something. That kind of works with Lois because
Well, that did happen on Smallville.
Oh my God! Don't remind me. That was so dumb. Because DC wasn't happy with Smallville using a Jimmy that was almost the same age as Clark and Lois, they had to kill him off.
That's so wild. I love these American military guys because they're going in to save Lois.
Oh yeah, here are the horses again.
Respect for these guys. Yep, there's horses.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What? How have I never connected horses to
the reasoning for that is Zack Snyder, at least I think Zack Snyder likes to use the man who I think it's called The Man Comes Around. It's a Johnny Cash song, and it talks about biblical scripture about I forget what the exact scripture is, but it talks about sort of the death and a pale horse, and so that connection, I think he sort of used that because I think Zack Snyder's a big Johnny Cash fan. He also uses The Man Comes Around at the opening of Dawn of the Dead.
Oh my God! Yeah, you were. It's spot on. All those horses led them to death.
Yep. They're just kind of symbolic, teases or hints or warnings.
How could they tell that he was coming? Good Lord. Clark must be a bit more quieter when he's
they knew Superman would come if they had Lois Lane as bait. That's what she discovers later on in the film. So he must be regularly saving Lois Lane in this universe that they knew that they could use her as bait.
Ooh, look, he flipped off the plane. DC universe is so dark because they made a thing. Oh, hi, new Rachel. So glad to see you in the chat.
There's some elements I think the theatrical version did better than this. I like the entrance of Superman a little bit better in the theatrical version because he sort of comes out of the sky. But this is also pretty cool to see him destroy a drone because he comes right at it.
Break the sound barrier, yo. Oh, I love that new Rachel was also pointing out. He's like Henry James Olsen from Smallville. Yep, she gets it.
Such a good entrance. Yeah.
Of the cape, yes. Of the man, of that too.
the cape action is good.
Everyone, start your drinking game. How many times will Rebecca and Andy freak? Oh my God, Rebecca! There's 2 capes in this movie.
There's a lot of good cape action in this one.
Yeah.
Do you think he killed that man, or do you think he protected him as he went through the wall? The general. There's a lot of controversy about that.
No, I don't think he killed him. And you know what? That general was about to blow Lois Lane's brains out. So
Yeah, you gotta pick your battles at some point.
Yeah, good Lord, everyone just wants to make a controversy. There was a sandwich next to a hot dog or whatever. Like people would make a controversy out of that, or like it would be like the Game of Thrones scene where like there was a coffee cup that was seen.
Well, that was
Yeah.
kind of dumb.
That was funny.
But yeah, this whole sequence is so much better in this Ultimate Edition because it's a little confusing in the theatrical version. Like, why do
Yeah.
they think that Superman is responsible for this? But when you add in the torch that KG Beast uses, it looks like the heat vision and everything. So it's much clearer in this version.
Yeah, I want to know who edited this film for the theatrical cut, like how, or if it was Zack, like how was it determined that what would get to stay and wouldn't get to stay? Because yeah, like you're right, the theatrical cut is, I don't want to say confusing, it's lacking, I would say.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
And now this is the Senate hearing, right?
Yeah, and I think even Kahina's testimony here, I think, is a little expanded and makes a little more sense.
Holly Hunter, ladies and gentlemen.
She's so good in this film.
She's really. I don't like what they did with her at the end. I wish that she had like been like a central figure, like for more DC films, like almost like kind of like an Amanda Waller, but like of the opposite side. I wouldn't use her government corruption.
Oh man, to see Senator Finch go up against Amanda Waller,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been awesome. But I like that she represents the people who find out what Lex has done, but she pays a price for that. I like the way they use her in this, but you definitely could have used her in different ways too.
Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this. This is supposed to be from Victor's game, right?
I've heard that. I don't know if that's exactly true, but I think that is Gotham City, and Victor does play for Gotham City, and I think those uniforms might be the same that he wears in Justice League. So that would be a really cool connection if it's the same.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like the. Just say the name of the players, God, for God's sake! Like, this is not for like Friday Night Lights. In Friday Night Lights, they always say the names of the players.
Can't give it away too soon.
I love a good bat sequence.
Yeah, bats coming out of the chimney.
Now, where did they shoot all their Gotham stuff? Like, was it all of Chicago, or was it?
A lot of it, I think, was shot in Detroit, Michigan. I think. Or at least in the Michigan state. I know there was some stuff shot in Lansing because a friend of mine lives in Lansing, and she saw some of the production of the gala stuff, I think, being shot. So Michigan for a lot of it, I think. I love the blue here in this scene. The use of the blue light is so pretty.
Oh my God, there's so many girls. Officer Rucka, I think maybe that was a little nod to Greg Rucka.
Oh, yeah, I think definitely, yeah.
David V says, no, this is a game after Vivek, quote unquote, died, hence why GCU is getting slaughtered on the field.
That makes sense, yeah. Because Victor would have been a star player.
Oh yeah, like you would have heard, Stone is coming for the game. Or I don't know. Like I do movie commentaries, not game commentaries.
I do think it's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if I had walked in there as a cop and I saw there was a batarang sitting on the wall, I would have just taken it and be like, "Yoink." Souvenir.
You know, they've seen some stuff. These police officers. Yeah. But I think it's really interesting. Just to go back to that dialogue with those women behind the cage, she says he's a devil, and so I personally like all the Christian imagery in this, but I just think it's interesting that there's even that, talking about the devil with Batman.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare him. Like, I wouldn't compare Batman to the devil.
Well, he's very ferocious here. But they do mention that he saved them. But it's very interesting the use of words there.
Oh, because somewhere he's sitting up there and just waiting to crack someone.
Yeah, there's a lot of good tension in this scene.
Oof, okay.
That poor rookie cop.
Oh my God! There's just this giant shadow sitting there, like he's like, "Hi." Oh, This is a cape. It's a good cape.
It's a good cape.
But I saw the Batman. That warns me almost shooting your face. I almost saw the Batman.
Ooh, look at that blood. Ooh, coming off his face.
Now, how did you feel about the branding? I thought it was kind of like it was in character for him.
I like the use of it because it shows a change in the Batman character, because at the beginning he's willing to brand the criminals. Now he doesn't, and I don't think intends for them to die in jail. I think that's something that Lex Luthor manipulates. But I like that it shows a change, because at the end, when he's with Lex Luthor, he doesn't brand him. So it shows that he's a changed man.
Oh, because of one symbol, the symbol of hope.
I wish if I could take one thing from this film, like if somebody said, Rebecca, we'll give you any prop from this film, I would take Lois Lane's journal. That journal right there with the bullet hole. That's what I would want from this film. Because you could see there was like writing and stuff in there.
Yeah, no, I bet you would have a
do notes.
Sorry?
I just would wonder how Lois Lane, notates things.
I would probably want maybe the bat cowl or the Lois shouldn't have touched the bullet with her bare hands. Oh my god. Is he being sarcastic? I'm missing it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's probably, I guess, related to ballistics. Maybe her fingerprints would get on it and ruin the ballistics.
Okay.
I do think it's interesting. A lot of people talk about Lois in the bathtub, but I personally think it's sort of another metaphor of a character washing themselves of their sins, kind of in a way. Trying to wash, because in Macbeth, like Lady Macbeth is constantly washing her hands, trying to wash the bad things that she's done off of herself. And so Lois coming back from Africa and being in all of that stuff, she needs to kind of cleanse herself of being in that. So at least that's what I see here. Sorry?
This is one of the best close scenes in cinema where because I don't remember even like the Christopher Reeve movies where like Lois and Clark got to be this vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
And Clark is getting to be like a romantic, like look at him reaching for that. It's not a rose. I don't know my flowers well.
Tulip, I think. I think I heard, and I can't confirm, but I think tulips are canonically connected to Lois Lane. I think that is correct, but don't quote me on it.
This is gonna be fun. He gets into y'all. This is hot. This is a hot scene. You're gonna flood the apartment. He's like,
It is a little more expanded here in the Ultimate Edition. We get to see shirtless Clark in this one. I like the glasses falling on the floor though, because that's another sort of metaphor of him being able to be himself with her. He doesn't have to be the glasses Clark Kent with her.
I'm sorry, were you saying something? I'm like, I'm
it's
like,
a very nice shot of his bare back there. Yes, no, I agree.
And we go from one beautiful man to another. Ben Affleck, he put on so much muscle for this role.
He's a big guy in this one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by one of the stars of Batman vs Superman in the live chat. Mr. David Jones is here with us because he was in this movie.
Well, we'll have to talk about that before we wrap up because we forgot to mention Dave's cameo. But we'll point it out when we get there. We'll try to spot him in the film.
Jeremy Irons. I mean, that was also like another one of those like inspired castings where it's like, oh, he's gonna be like a kick-ass Alfred. He's just gonna not be one of those like, so would you like a sandwich? That was my.
I mean, he still makes sure that Bruce eats, but he's
still
kick-ass.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Bat computer here in this one?
I love that it's become such a meme where like online like in the last couple of years where like we just inserted with like release of Snyder Cut things or whatever. Another. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say the Batcave is really well designed.
Yeah,
you have the big Bat computer, and you have all the cavey stuff. Yeah, I like this Batcave a lot.
Yeah, this one and the Christopher Nolan version are my two favorite. I didn't care too much about the Keaton ones, and we're not going to talk about those other films. So, Eric says, I think Sean Purvis is amazing Alfred in Gotham. Yes. Oof. We need to do an episode one day about like a Gotham retrospective about how underappreciated that show was.
Yeah, it's one of the all-time great Batman iterations.
The fever, the rage,
the feeling of powerlessness.
Yeah, only Jeremy Irons can like make that word roll out good.
Well, and this is the scene that I always tell people about, because when people say, "Oh, Batman's a murderer, Batman's not Batman," well, yeah, the film points that out that he's changed. That Alfred's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" The film acknowledges that Batman's actions are not good. Lex Luthor's T-shirt here, the T-shirt, the Banksy T-shirt that he's got on is foreshadowing what happens at the Capitol, which I think is cool with the bomb.
I will say, if there's something that I'm still a little uncertain with the DCU, it is probably just the Iceman. Like, he's not bad, but but he is. I really want to see him grow into the Lex that we all know and love and so on, because there was just a little. I don't know. There was a little too much. Woo, like whatever you want to call this, but like I am not against. I wasn't against the casting of Jesse Eisenberg. I was surprised though, and I did enjoy him to a degree. But hopefully, the Snyder Cut will change. Will add more to his overall character.
I disagree. I love his Lex Luthor. I think he's probably my favorite live action Lex Luthor, just because he creates such a contrast to Superman, and he is a criminal mastermind in this one.
I haven't seen this in a while, so maybe I will have a change of opinion by the time we get to the end. Like, because it was a while since I saw this.
I will convert you to my side.
Okay, it's Mercy. Oh, poor Mercy Grace. We know. What is with Mercy Grace in live action, Rebecca?
She gets killed a lot in stories. She gets killed in
Supergirl?
She gets killed in Supergirl. She also gets killed in the animated film with James Marsters as Lex. Is that Superman Doomsday? One of those?
Yes.
She gets murdered by Lex in that one. So she's usually, if she's killed, she's usually killed by Lex, but she does die. She doesn't stay around much.
And you gotta do vodka stream sometime. You make for an amazing guest. Scott McClellan is a friend of the show. He has been a panelist several times. I mean, listen, I love attention, so like, I'll go on anything.
At least you're honest about it.
I mean,
listen, I really love attention. That's my favorite Andy quote of all time.
We will have to take this clip and like GIF it. Like, I love attention.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. Listen,
can you ask Comic Girl to like make a drawing of me? A little speech bubble. Like, I love attention.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I love Jessica Chastain as well.
we all love Jessica Chastain. Really, this is a pro Jessica Chastain live stream. I love this stuff with Lex going into the scout shed.
I was actually a little afraid, like just seeing his like intensity, just like standing there. Like, I don't know, like if that was intentional or not, but like I'm like, he means business here.
He's kind of a madman. I think over the course of the film, you see him go a little crazier and go a little crazier, and I like that.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's crazy. I think he's he's a little unhinged maybe, but I don't think he's crazy.
Well, he does know what he's doing. He's very intentional about everything that he does, but I think he's just, something is not right in his brain.
Eric Z, me and Rebecca, we're also very surprised that Jessica Chastain is not in a DC movie yet.
I'd be open to it, really.
Me too.
Is the thing.
I mean, it would be a disgrace to not have her in a DC film, so. I'm horrible. Poor Michael Shannon. He only showed up because that is Michael Shannon. It's not like a whack Vax figure or anything. Like he had to show up.
Well, no, I think they did make a like a I don't know, some sort of mannequin version of him because they submerge him in water in the scout ship later on to become Doomsday. So they had to make some kind of version to put him under the water.
This is a little creepy. Like he's just putting candy in the mouth. That is like a little. Like,
it's supposed to be. It shows that Lex has power over the Senator. The Senator is the weakling in that situation.
You cannot give me a scene with Henry Cavill almost naked making breakfast. Like that's like every girl and Andy's dream.
He's making sunny side up eggs, which I think.
Well, he grew up on a farm. He probably learned like to cook really well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that Clark is even having these questions. Like he's listening to these people and wondering these things about himself. What is he supposed to be as Superman? And he's constantly thinking about that throughout the film.
Thank God this wasn't Wally West, Rebecca. Like I was because what I remember when he was walking around on set and he had like the green like prosthetics,
yeah,
and so on, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, is he Wally West or Barry Allen?" And I'm like, no.
I think in the original story that they had first decided to go with, I think he was originally supposed to be Metallo. But when they reworked, when they reworked it, he became Wallace Keefe, and the story changed. So I think that that's kind of the origin of that. I'm glad they didn't go with Metallo because that would have been the easy choice because there already have been Superman, Batman stories with Metallo. So to me, that would have been a little more predictable. I like with this film, you kind of, or at least I didn't know what to expect when I got into it.
That statue was on a Comic-Con at one year. I have a photo of that.
Yeah, and so I think at one point they had it at the Warner Brothers studio tour. Maybe I never got to go. No, I never got to go see that. I saw the Harry Potter tour, but I didn't get to see the Batman v Superman stuff.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne back as Perry White.
Mwah! Chef's kiss. So good. Mwah. So good. I love the way he really gives it to Clark in his film. Like he's like, "You're supposed to do that football story." He just never lets up on him. Because I think he knows that Clark is Superman. So it's even funnier to me if he does know that Clark is Superman, that he doesn't care. He just wants to get his story written.
Oh, false god. Clark, you gotta come on, you gotta hide a little bit more. Come on now. But at least he doesn't have a 5 o'clock shadow like someone else.
I love that, like he's always paying attention to what is happening. And Lois is right there, like, trying to figure it out with him.
I think she also feels bad, like, oh my God, he's taking so much on his shoulders. Like, it's not fair to him. Investigative Clark Kent. You know how much I love this?
How much?
Who decided to cut this from the theatrical color? If this was Zack because he was forced to, then...
I think that's the case. I think he was told, hey, you got to cut 30 minutes of it. And he had to make choices. And that's unfortunate, but that is what you have to do sometimes as a filmmaker. But I do love this stuff.
Yeah, me too.
It's cool to see Clark interacting with these kind of everyday average people in Gotham. These people are in Gotham. These are Gotham citizens.
We have never seen this in live action.
Look at that little dog on the right side of... That little dog is just living his best life.
Yeah, Eric Z says that, yes, it was studio that removed 30 minutes. Okay, well then I'm not gonna put this on the editor's fault at all. Like it's...
Yeah, I think Zack once said that he's the one who made like the decision about what to cut, but he was forced to make cuts.
Oof, Bruce is just like, hey, I love myself underground fighting.
Well, he's following KG Beast. He's trying to figure out what this dude's deal is. And I love that he sticks it to him, too. He's like, I'm going to tell the fighter how to beat your dude, so you're going to lose money.
Yeah.
Eat it, KG Beast.
Yeah. More like losing beast.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
I think it's cool that Bruce Wayne can identify people's weaknesses very quickly, especially in a fight.
Again, we get so much in this Batman. We get the detective, we get the fighter, we get the broken man. Like it's
He's
how
a
people
all
against
around
that
good character.
him being cast as Batman. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say he's an all around good character, and I think Zack Snyder's hand is one of those hands picking up the phone, just as a little director cameo. I love Clark's like corduroy jacket.
Corduroy, that's what it's called. Yeah, I was about to.
I think it's corduroy.
It looks like a little mustardy, like a little.
Yeah. No, I like it though.
Well, yeah, that is true. People don't really buy the paper as much anymore. Hey, that's Lois's nickname for him.
I wonder how many meetings Lois misses just because she's out doing stuff. She's like, I can't make it. I've got stuff to do.
Well, she's doing her job anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
She's their star where she shouldn't have to be at all these meetings all the time.
She should just be able to call in and be like, yep. Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah. See,
But
if I may give a note to Supergirl,
okay.
If Kara was doing this all the time, then I would be okay with her missing her work.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
You just got to give me something to tell me that you do your job occasionally.
Economy coach. It makes you wonder: is there an extended version of Man of Steel out there somewhere? Well, that's only Zack knows.
Well, there are extra scenes, and there are even some extra scenes from Batman v Superman we haven't seen. Oh, there's Daily Planet signage in the building. I like them.
I like the set. Like I just like it feels like a real like modern newspaper. Like one of the reasons why I'm disgusted by Superman Returns as much as I am is because it doesn't look like a 2006 newspaper. Like it doesn't look like that anymore.
Well, I think they were going for some of those classic vibes.
Yeah.
I get that aesthetic.
Oh, I love like
there's a horse in the scene.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, but also I remember you were the one who explained to me like there's a painting here somewhere that kind of like I think alludes to Darkseid or like kind of like what Lex will go through later. You told me this years ago, but there's a painting here somewhere.
Yeah, he points it out. Lex talks about it at the very end of the scene, and there's a character growth for the painting at the end of the film too. But yeah, it's supposed to foreshadow the coming of Darkseid, or at least the parademons at this point. The
red cape are coming, Rebecca.
Hey, bring on any capes you want to bring on. Mm-hmm. I'm all about those capes.
Now, Rebecca, I have to say something. I really outdid myself on these sandwiches. Like I'm sorry.
I could go for grilled cheese. That sounds really good.
Yeah. Again, Holly Hunter, like I haven't seen her anything before, so but like I was just like I wanted more of her by the time the film was over. Yes, Eric, I did see the news about Melissa, but I'm excited for it. But super great. We'll get to talk more about that next time.
Yeah, well, about her deal with Warner Brothers. Yeah, we'll talk about that on
I'm happy for her.
We'll talk about that on Tuesday, February 16th. Our Leslie character spotlight.
So this Tuesday then.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder what Lionel Luthor was like in this universe. Or no, it was was his dad's name Alexander Luthor Sr.?
I think so, because I think he's supposed to be Lex Luthor the second, I think.
There's the painting.
Yeah, I think the horse in this scene actually foreshadows Senator Finch's death.
Now, if for some people who don't know Des, somewhere around here, there's a tombstone It says Richard John Grayson. But they, for some reason, they got rid of that. Like, they didn't show us that tombstone. Like, it's... Oof. Yeah, an angel with a red cape and a blue shirt. I mean, I wonder who that could be. But
I don't know.
I love this. I think it's very soothing. It's almost like Superman is watching over his parents' graves. Oof.
Yeah, but this scene is not going to be soothing for too much longer. It's a little bit of
I love this. I love this.
a horror movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of blood.
Zack should do a DC horror movie one day.
I would be into that.
Like, could you imagine what he would do with Constantine and Swamp Thing in life, for example?
Oh man, a Swamp Thing, Zack Snyder film would be awesome. I'd be into that.
Yeah, bite him hard.
Yeah, there's your man bat.
Annie Holly Hunter is also in a movie called The Piano, and Anna Peg, wrote from X-Men, plays her daughter. Ooh, cool.
Yeah, that's an older film. I don't know when that would have been. Maybe 90s. Somebody fact check me on that.
Take your pill and drink alcohol.
It's not a wise move. That's not really something that you should be doing. But I don't think this Bruce cares. I think sometimes I think he has a death wish.
You know what he does care about? Having a sick body. Like, good Lord, like, just as I'm sorry, that shadow, like,
he does care about his fitness.
Now, is this like a pool house? Is it like a penthouse? What is it? Because it's somewhere like close off to.
Yeah, I would say like a lake house. Well, the thing about the Wayne Manor story, from the kind of the backstory of this, is that it's burned down. I believe that the Joker would have burned it down when he kills Robin, who I think the Robin in this one who's dead is supposed to be Dick Grayson. So he doesn't use Wayne Manor anymore because it's burned down. Yeah. So this is his kind of place of operation. The Bat Cave is also underneath that water.
Something different, I don't mind that. That wine is about $4,000. Oh my god! You wine people are sick that pay so much money for that. Hosted by Alexander Luthor. Oh, okay. Now, the Death Stare to end all Death Stares, Rebecca Johnson. Oh, yes. Look how, like, he is angry. He is like, I've done this for 25 years.
Do you think he's angry about being Batman, or because he can't be Batman? Because he's going to this party as himself. Maybe he feels angry better.
He can be. Yeah, he wants to be. I think this is a Bruce that has sunken into just the idea of, I only want to be Batman. Like, Bruce Wayne doesn't exist for me anymore. But
I think this is another the shower scene. I think is him trying to wipe some stuff off of himself, metaphorically.
I'm sorry, like, Warner Brothers, you had to cut a 10-second scene of him butt ass naked. Like, Warner Brothers, I don't know you anymore. And look at that Wayne Man all destroyed.
It's kind of a metaphor for Batman at this point.
I think it's my second favorite version of Wayne Manor in live action. I would say my first one is Titans, because it really feels like the animated series, and then this one, and then the one in Nolan movies.
Lex is he's a good guy. He donates money. He's a friend of the people. He just gives really disturbing speeches about people with power.
Yeah, yeah. And then we have Miss Gal Gadot. Oh, Wonder Bat. Just give me some Wonder Bat.
Yeah, I definitely ship them in this film. Normally, I'm a Bat Cat person. But
well, we know now what happened with Catwoman in this universe.
But I do like Bruce and Diana in this film.
I kind of hope Wonder Woman 3 gets to, because if it's going to be in the present, I kind of hope it gets to be with him and Diana together. But that's probably controversial for me to propose. So
Diana is not amused by his understanding of Greek mythology.
Yeah, she's like, I should just walk up there and just tell him how to fix it. Oh, Mercy Grace, like, she's like, she's like, it's mercy time. Because I get killed off because for some reason Warner Bros. Does not like me. But at least we have one Mercy Grace on Titans who's alive.
Yeah,
and she was good. All of our Mercy Grace has been really good. Like on Supergirl, I really loved that version that you guys got to have. Like
Rona Mitra.
Yeah, Rona Mitra. Like, I was really disappointed that
she should have stuck around.
I just I thought the bathroom was down here. Oh,
he does a pretty good job of playing the sort of the playboy Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. But he hates it. He hates playing.
Yeah. Because it's not who he is.
I believe Zack said somewhere in an interview that his Catwoman would have been Carla Gugino.
Yeah, I think he probably would have cast her. Because he's used her in a lot of things. Watchmen, Sucker Punch. She's the voice of the scout ship in Man of Steel. And I think she even does the voice of the scout ship in this film. Lex, I don't know. Somebody, if you're watching or listening to this, how would you diagnose this Lex Luthor? Is he a sociopath? Is he a psychopath?
I would say maybe like so. I would actually go as far as say maybe like he has a form of ADHD Asperger's syndrome, like I do. But he unlike me, like he goes the other direction where like he struggles with a social complex. Well, with the social convention, while I mean, I talk all the time. I run like a network with 25 people, so like, of course, always I like to talk.
Yeah, I would be interested in.
He's like, I forgot what I own these days.
Yeah, I'd be interested in the psychoanalysis of this Lex Luthor because he's very interesting.
Here, son. Oh my god, that is insane. Because yeah, he is older than Clark.
Bruce has a lot of good points, though.
Yeah. But do you hear how he delivered the word alien? Like so much hate.
Disgust, yeah.
Yeah. An alien. An editorial about an alien. Why are they so good together?
Well, I think this film does a really good job of setting up the motivation for why Bruce really does not like Superman.
It's a picture. Ow!
See, Lex is already like trying to get them to the point where they're going to fight each other. I think he already knows who they are, and I think he's already setting up the playing field for them to fight in the end. I don't know how much of I think it's Superman, the animated series that you've watched in a while, but that show did a good job of doing the parallels between Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne. And I think this film does a really good job of that as well. Because they're basically kind of the same guy. They're rich, their parents are dead, and they have all these like business ventures, but they make different choices.
Damn it, Rebecca! Now you want me to rewatch that after this as well.
Superman the animated series, very good.
It's highly underappreciated.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh no, Bruce! Is your toy gone?
Oh, someone beat you to the point there.
Oh, with super speed. No, I don't think Diana has super speed, does she?
Yeah, she does. She runs strangely in Wonder Woman 1984, but she runs very fast.
Thank you. I was about to be like that was running.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Oh, I thought Bruce was gonna knock over that cake. I'm like, yes, listen, boy.
He does come close.
But he realized, that cake, is yes. No, I wanted to see a shirt rip. Come on.
Not quite a shirt rip, but pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, it is realistic that he would have to go for the knot first to loosen it. And then, I mean, that makes sense to me. I love this Day of the Dead sequence so much.
Yeah, this was one scene that I think I always kept asking you about. Like, what does it mean with like the face paint and like why they're all surrounded against him?
Yeah, I think that's I don't know if it's solely a Mexican tradition, but the Day of the Dead celebration is a real thing, and they do. I don't know as much about it, so I'm a little bit ignorant. But those visuals, the face paint is an actual thing for that celebration. Somebody in the comments might know about it more than I do. But I think it's interesting. Day of the Dead, we know Superman is going to die. There's some crosses in this sequence. And I think what people don't understand is because I had some, I guess, interesting dialogue with people on Twitter. I guess they could have turned into arguments, which is why I pretty much left Twitter. But I don't think people understand that this sequence is not showing Superman exactly for what he does. I think it's showing our humanity perspective of Superman. This is how we see Superman. So I think people take a lot of this too literally.
Wait a minute. I feel like I've seen that man before. Like, isn't he from like?
That's Charlie Rose.
The Charlie. Okay.
Yeah, he used to be a famous talk show host. I don't know if his show is still around though. Glenn Woodburn, we saw him in Man of Steel. He and Lois had some interactions. He's kind of a tabloid reporter.
Well, he seems that he's gone up in the world a little bit.
He has. He's still being a guest on talk shows.
Oh, look at it. Neil deGrasse Tyson in this movie. Oh my god!
You didn't know that?
No, I know it. No, it's just, I forgot that he was in it. It's been a while since I saw the movie. This is one of my favorite shots of like the sun. Like we don't see his face, but the sun just glows all around him.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about where we see like humanity's perspective of Superman. It's not like making Superman necessarily a god literally here, but it's like these people who need somebody to save them. That's what they see when they look up at him. And I think this whole
cave, Rebecca. That cave.
Cave action. So good.
PBS. Holly Hunter on PBS.
That dialogue is so good. Must there be a Superman? There he is.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. Yeah, must there be a Superman? I believe that is a famous comic book story. I can't remember if I read it or not. I think it's Elliot S. Magnin who wrote that. So must there be a Superman is actually tied to the comics as well.
This is cute. They're still trying to portray Diane Lane as old. She doesn't know how to age. Come on, people.
You want me to think she's old, but really, she's not as old as she appears. This scene was cut from the theatrical version, but I think it gives a good sense of where Clark is at the moment.
How come he never lived Kansas? It's.
It also shows that Martha is so important to Clark. I mean, Clark is the most powerful man in the world, and he has to call his mom in the middle of the night to feel better about his situation. He needs a little encouragement.
Yeah.
That's a really sweet thing there.
Okay, yeah, Jenna Malone. Okay, Rebecca, let's get into this mystery, Jenna Malone.
Okay.
What was the whole deal with her? Like, who was she supposed to be?
She, as far as I know, she was always supposed to play Janet Clyburn, who is a character from DC Comics, who I believe works at Star Labs. So I think she was always supposed to play this character, but a lot of people thought she was going to play Batgirl at the time.
Because if you have red hair, then you can only play Batgirl.
Yeah. It was just a rumor. I don't think it was ever supposed to be that. She would make a great Carrie Kelly, though, for sure.
Pat Brett is a that's yeah, that is.
People say that I don't understand why Superman doesn't like Batman. It's like, really? You can't figure that out? He sees Batman going around branding people. I think he would have a problem with that.
That shouldn't be difficult. Rebecca, I think there's some people who hate on this film just to troll. Like, I think it's somebody they realize somewhere like they can't keep arguing like this and be like, well, why wouldn't he like him? It's like, because he's branding people.
He's branding people, and these people are dying in the prisons. So I think Superman would be like, okay, well, this guy claims he's a hero like me, but he's doing some bad things that I don't agree with. To me, that's a very clear motivation. Oh,
Oh,
there's
Mercy. What are
Mercy.
you? Yeah, Mercy. What are you up to?
You know she's up to no good with Lex. If you see Mercy, you know Lex is supposed to be there. Look at Lex. This always makes me laugh that he turns around in the wheelchair. He's so terrible because you know he's already implanted that bomb in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know he's already like he's coercing him to take that chair to enact his evil deeds. Oh, he's so terrible. It's a nice wheelchair though.
It is it's a very
I
nice
will
one.
say that's pretty high tech. He bought him
Oh,
a
by the
new
way,
suit.
you know, like they should just call her like Holly Hunter is such a cooler name than Senator Finch. Like Hunter, Holly Hunter, it's such a good name.
Well, I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but I think her name is Senator Finch because it plays on what's his face from To Kill a Mockingbird. Somebody help me out in the comments. I think it's a reference to Kill a Mockingbird, which in the comics is Clark Kent's favorite movie.
Ah.
Atticus Finch. That's who it is. Atticus Finch is the character in To Kill a Mockingbird, who if I remember correctly, is the lawyer who's defending the guy accused.
You have a lot. You have a very your memory is insanely good, Rebecca. You remember all of it. I even forgot that Neil deGrasse Tyson was in this film.
Well, I have seen this film a lot. I've done quite a bit of studying into it.
Oof.
I think Lex Luthor is telling these guys to kill people with the Bat brand. I mean,
listen, he's a rich boy, so
see, there's another character washing his hands. General Swanwick, I think, has a little bit of guilt and blood on his hands.
Major Ferris, Carol Ferris. That's I'm going with that canon.
Yeah, that's my headcanon. She's Carol Ferris.
I'm treating you like a reporter. I'm like, oh, good. That's because that is what she is. It's like, oh, good. You acknowledge what her job is.
One of my favorite things about this, I guess now trilogy set of films, is that Lois and Swanwick have all of these interactions. They actually have a really good working relationship. And not to spoil what happens with him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I like that connection. That maybe
it's gonna be so much fun.
That maybe there's a reason that he liked her and knows so much about her.
Maybe she just offered like a good cup of coffee, a box of Oreos, and just that would. Oh no!
Look at Barry. He's like, where is my article?
I love your Dropbox. Like, wow, where's the sense of privacy? Not to pursue.
Perry is ticked. He told Clark to do one thing, and Clark is not doing it. I wish Apple cost a nickel. That'd be nice.
I wish a computer cost a nickel.
Ugh. I wish everything cost a nickel.
Nobody cares about Clark taking on the Batman. Yeah,
I care about it.
I care about it. She cared of. What, Jon Stewart is in this movie too? Oh my god! I forgot. Oh my god! I am Zack Snyder. If you're watching this, I don't deserve to be called your fan. I'm a horrible human being.
I don't know if that's Hardy's. It probably is Hardy's product placement because I think they did. Hardy's is called something else in other parts of the country, I think, and I forget what it's called. But they did a Superman commercial with that fast food restaurant. So there's a little product placement.
I remember the fun commercials with the Turkish Airways. Oh my,
yeah.
Rebecca, girl, listen, this dress.
I know it's so good.
Like I would have been one
regal.
of those reporters. I would have been one of those reporters running up to her, being like, "Who are you wearing?"
It is a great dress. She looks very regal. She looks very, Greek mythological, like a mythological god, like she is. She's a demigoddess. That's a great, just a shot that goes around from one place to the other. It's a long shot. Well, not a long shot, but it's a good steady cam shot.
Oof. Oh, Wonder Bat scene.
I remember there were pictures of the scene that came out before the film did, and I was like, okay.
I remember. I think you posted on your Facebook page, or I posted on mine, and we were just like gasping about it.
Yeah, good stuff. I like that Diana can spot fakes because she's all about the truth. That makes sense. That she'd be able to spot fakes.
Also, she works. I mean, she's worked in museums before, like through other, for the other Wonder Woman movies. That we've seen that. So
Yeah. So in 1984, prior to this, she would have been working at the Smithsonian. She kind of switches jobs a little bit in the future. I think I don't know if this point. I guess at this point she might be working at the Louvre in Paris. I'd have to hammer out that timeline.
Yeah,
Oh no, I guess it's after this that we see her at the Louvre because she gets a letter from Bruce. No, she gets the picture he sends her in the first Wonder Woman.
I have known a few women like you.
He's talking about Catwoman.
Yeah. Now, when Gal Gadot was cast, Rebecca, what were your initial thoughts? Because there was so much disgusting hate thrown against her. But like, were you excited? Like, did you like oh, I don't know who she is, but I will give her a shot.
Yeah, I didn't really know about her. I remember seeing her in what is it called? That film with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. Oh, what is that? Date Night, I think it's called. And she's in that film, and she sort of held her own with the two of them. So I was like, if she can hold her ground with them, I think she's going to be okay. But I remember thinking, I'm just going to see where this plays out. It's usually there's something that the filmmakers see in them that we don't. So I remember thinking, I'm going to give this a shot. And she was every bit Diana Prince that she should have been.
Rebecca, it's time.
This is good stuff.
Bruce's internet is the worst. How does
it's very slow?
Yeah, that coat.
Nightmare Batman is like the love of my life. I love him so much. I know it's ridiculous for him to have that coat on over the Batsuit, but I love it so much.
Don't you dare call it ridiculous, Rebecca. That is not allowed on this network.
It's my favorite. I actually have Nightmare Batman stuff.
That girl that we just saw, that was meant to be Carrie somehow, like, according to Zack, I think.
I don't know. I think she's just part of the Resistance. I don't know that I've heard that directly that's supposed to be someone that we know.
I don't think. No, actually, no. Now you think about it, what I think the mistake I made was that I saw his comment like Dick stays dead until Carrie, and then someone put the photo of her but she does have red hair, so if you have red hair, then there you go.
That's who you are.
This is a sick costume.
A lot of the reviews, the top critic reviews, talk about the bombastic score of Hans Zimmer, and I guess they're talking about this part of the film, but I love it because it sounds hellish, like it sounds horrible, and it should.
It sounds like an apocalypse.
Maybe apocalyptic, yeah. So I think it's actually very fitting.
Yeah, those critics. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say anything because there we go.
They're not really well thought out reviews. I'll just say that.
Oh no, that was not kryptonite. That was a kryptonite.
I like this.
Bomb.
I like the shot of going into the box like that because we see something similar like that when Lex Luthor actually gets his hands on kryptonite later.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I'll try to point it out when we get to that part.
Again, I'm learning a lot about this film through you. David, if you're still here, did we miss your scene yet, or are we not there yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, now the other thing that people were so angry about, that Bruce Wayne during a dystopian future apocalypse dared to use a gun to protect himself from
I mean, heaven forbid he tried to save humanity at all costs.
Yeah, guys, the Avengers, they kill people too. So let's not play parademons. Yes, I'm not in love with parademons. Not just to be fully open about it. Full disclosure.
There's a lot going on in this scene with the parademons. Yeah. They're flying around. They're capturing people.
A friend of mine told me that there's two different ranks of parademons here.
Yeah, they have different looks to them. I don't remember what they're called, but there is a difference.
David, another 30 minutes or so. Oh, it's one of my favorite scenes.
There's another Christian imagery with the thieves on the cross.
Oof, so that cape landing.
Oh, superhero land.
Now, guys, everyone
tyrannical superhero landing.
Yeah. Everyone who has the face app going, put it on Henry Cavill's face, and he will smile for you.
He's evil Superman right now. He's anti-life equation Superman.
Yeah.
That's mine.
I really hope we can see the anti-life equation in the Snyder Cut, like what it physically looks like.
Well, if you've been watching the Snyder Cut teasers
I've been very careful. I'm trying not to.
There is an omega symbol that is supposed to be the anti-life equation.
Oh, you just rip off that cowl. And look at that sweaty face. Okay, sorry, but it's. Oof. What did you do, Bruce? What did you do? This is Rebecca. If someone would harm Lois, she would be like, "You took her from me. She was my favorite character." Oh.
I mean, I don't know that I would rip somebody's heart out of their chest.
My boy. And little Rebecca's favorite line. Lois Lane.
She's the key. I love that you can hear the echoes of everything that he's saying.
Yeah. Am I too soon? I'm too soon.
So how hyped were you when you saw the Flash in here? Because I can't remember. I don't think we knew.
No, we didn't. We didn't know.
I don't think we knew he was going to be in this.
Costume. No. Find us, Bruce.
Was it a dream? I don't know.
When this scene happened, this hand squeezed one of my friends' knees because I was so excited because I couldn't scream. I'm like, he's like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I'm like, it's a freaking Flash! In a circus armor! But I'm, as you guys may know, I'm a fan of the Flash. So it's
Andy might like the Flash.
Yeah. Man, I should do a podcast about the Flash.
You should. I think you would be good at that. Yep, Lex is still manipulating people. I think he sent that to Clark.
Isn't there supposed to be a Snyder little Easter egg here somewhere, like with one of the? No, that was that Debbie Sue from the Man of Steel.
Oh yeah. On the ship, yeah. We get to see another side of the Batcave with all that red screen. I like that Alfred is the one doing the maintenance on the Batmobile.
Yeah, but that's
he has to fix everything.
That he can do more things than just serving him food.
It's like, Bruce, what did you do now? You messed up the car again.
Yeah. We don't insurance won't last forever.
We can't just take this to a body shop. We have to do this ourselves. Yeah. Alfred probably knows how to do a lot of things. He's probably very handy.
Well, doesn't this Alfred have the background from one of those books in DC where he is he was served in the military or something?
I don't know that it's expressly said in the film, but I think that's the case. The MI6 or whatever it is. I think he has that background. Because he can remote control fly the bat plane or the bat wing. Oh, Ben Affleck's acting is so good.
That's a good read. I could not. I would flub with the words. If there's a 1%, damn it, I would be like that.
And he does it all in one. They don't have to cut in between that part of the speech. He does it in one take. He has the right level of intensity that Bruce Wayne should probably have.
More investigating. I'm so happy about this.
The Gotham City Police Department must be a really depressing place.
Oh, I would never want to deal with them.
But I like that one police officer kind of gives him information without having to tell him. That's so smart. This is another good. If you pay attention to the dialogue in this scene, it talks about fighting him with not with words but with a fist. It's all playing into the fight. Yeah, deciding who lives and who dies, that's part of the theme that Clark is going through as well. See, that plays into Clark's motivation that what stops him? A fist. That's why Superman would fight him. Oh, look, there's a little picture of Lois and Clark on Clark's desk.
Oh.
I wish we could actually see those pictures. You don't get to see it very well.
Well, if we ever befriend Zack Snyder, we will be like, listen, we don't want Sword. We just want photos, like all the external material that you created.
I guess Clay Enos would probably have that. I don't know. I assume he would have taken that picture because they probably went around and took little pictures. Because there's also a picture in Lois's apartment of Clark and Lois that she looks at when Clark.
Well, I bet Amy
goes
Adams
up to the mountain.
loved that because we know how much she loved working with Henry.
She did talk about how much she liked touching Henry's chest.
And we're not shaming her. I mean, listen, I would do it too.
We would all do it. We would all do it. How do you think Batman climbed that crane? Do you think he shot up with like a?
He was very lucky with his grappling hook.
Yeah, I guess he had to get up there with a grappling gun, but it's just funny to me. Like,
was it
how did you get up there?
That people get angry about because he was holding a rifle?
It's not it is a rifle, but it's not like a rifle with bullets. It's just something to shoot out a little tracking device.
Oh, yeah. But again,
a lot of good use of light.
Sorry.
I was just going to say a lot of good use of light in this scene.
Well, again, people were so busy judging, that trailer, and they weren't even willing to wait. Be like, he's a murderer, he's a murderer. I mean, like, yes, of course, Batman is a murderer. Like, come on now. But also, he wasn't shooting anyone. Oh, I love this Batmobile so much.
Well, he is brutal in this scene for sure. He's knocking people over. People sort of always indirectly die or get indirectly injured.
Well, they're criminals. If they're gonna waste their life like that, then they got some,
I mean, it's not Batman's fault that you can't survive being flung around in a car. That's not his problem.
Now, I don't know, Rebecca, have you ever seen the Batmobile in the Arkham games?
I have.
Yeah, because I definitely think they drew some inspiration from that.
I think so. Yeah.
Which is a good version of it to use.
Yeah, I love this Batmobile. I actually have a picture of me standing next to it. It was at the I went on a WB tour. I don't remember what year that was.
This is a live commentary, not a live braggery. So
look, I'm just saying. No, I've had a personal experience with this Batmobile.
How big would you say it is? Is it like?
Yeah, I mean, it was a regular sized car, if I remember correctly.
Really? Because this looks so much bigger than like a regular car would.
I mean, maybe it's a little longer, I guess, but I think it sort of starts like the base of it is just kind of a regular car, and they manipulated it.
Yeah, Kenny. The people that complain about these films for the sake of it drive me nuts at times. Yeah, it does that for me too.
Why say good things when it's easier to hate something? I think that's the philosophy of a lot of people online.
This feels like pure Batman, like from Batman animated series or like the Arkham games or whatever, like how it should feel.
Well, I like this Batmobile because it's virtually indestructible. I say virtually because it can go through walls and all kinds of.
And it went through an explosion, damage free.
It does encounter something more powerful than it later on in the scene, but. It's a pretty awesome Batmobile. I love that it goes through this ship here.
I swear, like there was a Snyder Easter egg somewhere in this film, I thought it was a boat.
I mean, he's basically having to put up with like torpedoes or something. Bazooka guns.
Rebecca, as a challenge, if we ever meet when we meet each other in real life, let's buy the Lego set of the Batmobile and just try assemble it.
I think we could do it.
We could. Oh, that's sick cape.
Oh, look at that cape action. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. There's some really good cape action in this sequence.
And the explosion kind of it really gives it like a neat lighting. Like it doesn't like go like get like all shiny and bright, but it's still like really neat in its.
Can you imagine being Batman and looking up and seeing Superman there? Ooh. I would be freaking out, but he
think insurance covers that. I don't think it covers a Kryptonian. Bury it. Do you bleed? Sorry, I had to.
I think that's Batman's way of saying, you don't scare me, dude.
You will.
And he does. He will bleed later.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this entrance into the Batcave. Oh, the Batcave is so cool in this.
Yes. Oof. Careful with the wheels, Bruce. Come on now. Oh, yeah. The set designer who came up with this, I mean, major props to them.
It's very modern, but it also looks like a cave. I think they do a good job of the balance of that.
Yeah, you rip off that cowl and like, oh.
It is cool to see him without the cowl. I will admit.
Yeah. And again, Rebecca, can we be a little gushy for a second? But like, this is our most good-looking Bruce Wayne out of all of them we've had.
I mean, everybody has their opinions, but I would probably agree. Also, coming up is that shot I was talking about that sort of looks like the Nightmare shot when you look into the box with the kryptonite.
When he looks into the kryptonite box.
Yeah, there's kind of an echo of that in this shot or this scene. Same thing where he opens up the box and finds the kryptonite. To me, that's always been reflective of the Nightmare sequence.
I wonder what Lex is up to during the Nightmare timeline.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I like, because I don't want to know everything before going to this film. So, like, that's why I'm like, I'm looking forward to see what we actually like. We will see that we have already seen already. Question: which Batcave is better, DCU or in Batwoman? DCU. Oh my God.
Wait, best Batcave what?
Which Batcave is better, the DCU version or the one in Batwoman? I'm like,
oh, I don't even remember the one in Batwoman.
It is kind of cheap looking. It's so small. It doesn't feel like a cape.
I would say the DCU. Yeah.
Cape. Sorry.
I like seeing the GBS microphone at this press conference because that's a Galaxy Broadcasting System.
Ooh, there's a Superman statue right behind.
No, I don't think that's a Superman statue.
That's
I can't remember what statue that is. Somebody in the comments might know, but it's not Superman. I think
it's a big cape though, so I assume. Oh,
I think it's a historical figure. Is it Andrew Jackson? I can't remember. Oh, I love this shot of Lex with the kryptonite.
Reminds me of there's a panel of Lex when he holds a kryptonite for the first time. I don't remember which book it was, but
I think it's Birthright. I think it's very similar to Birthright.
Y'all, you're missing out on this grilled cheese. Like y'all, like you would be so proud of me.
Oh, I love this scene with Martha giving advice to Superman, the most powerful man in the world, gets advice from his mother. He's a small town farm boy. I have no problem with Martha's advice here in this. A lot of people will throw back to Jonathan's advice in Man of Steel, and if it's controversial or not, but I don't think it is. I think it's a mother advising her son.
Well, everyone knows how to be a mother these days, so it's like,
I mean,
even if you don't have kids.
everybody else would do it perfectly, more perfectly than Martha could.
Flawlessly.
Kahina knows that she is in trouble.
Oof.
She is seeing that dude everywhere. There's that guy from the other Gotham City scene.
Did we read this comment from David? I think it was someone from the Founding Fathers era.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to look that up, but it's definitely not Superman. I should know that, but I can't remember at this point. I wish I had Holly Hunter's arms. I'm just saying. She's done her. She's working on her fitness.
Oh yeah.
Good on Kahina for fessing up that she lied earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's doing it out of desperation because she knows somebody's coming to kill her, but I appreciate that she wanted to tell the truth.
They shot her book. How dare they? Man, they really missed out on dressing Swanwick in a little bit of green.
I'm very excited to see their interaction in Zack Snyder's Justice League because I do like these scenes with the two of them.
They're such great actors, but I'm really glad. I'm really glad we got someone like him to play. You know who?
He seems very he gives off this wise vibe. He's very kind of worldly, and he knows a lot of things. Fun fact, Soledad O'Brien followed Supergirl Radio on Twitter. I can't remember if she still follows Supergirl Radio. Yeah.
That is awesome.
She must have been a fan of the show. I was like, okay, Soledad O'Brien. All right, cool.
Thank God this wasn't Wally West, Rebecca. There was a point where
oh, look at Thomas Wayne in the background of the conference.
Wait, that's Thomas Wayne?
Yeah, that's Thomas Wayne. That portrait.
Oh, okay, cool.
Also, fun
Is there
fact.
a close-up on that we can find online?
Do what?
Is there a close-up of that portrait that we can find online?
I think so. I think there are pictures of it. I just also want to point out that Bruce's secretary, her name is Grace. So I think it's interesting, and I think probably very intentional that her name is Grace, and Lex's kind of assistant is named Mercy. I think that's another parallel of.
Do you think her last name is Randolph?
No, I don't think so. If it was, she definitely would not like Jessica Chastain.
Oh, David just said another horse. Yeah, there's.
Yep. Keep your eyes on those horses.
Lex, she's a senator. She doesn't answer to you. Oh my God! I need to talk to you.
But this is the first time I think you see she's scared a little bit. She's a little, because initially she was really strong with him and not backing down, but now that she knows the truth, I think she's a little weary of him.
Open your eyes. I'm your ghost.
Bruce, no truth.
Blind.
He's blind like a bat. Nah, no, I'm just kidding.
Oof. This is from this. There was a wait somewhere here now. Isn't this where our good old David Jones is supposed to be?
Let's keep an eye out for him.
Yeah. Our graphic designer David Jones, who does all the logos for DC Fucking Network, he exists in the DCU. So, does that mean that? So, what is he like on Earth Prime? What is he like on Earth 2? The oldest Latin American senator.
We have a lot of questions. I like that she's wearing all white. She knows the truth.
Yeah,
and she's on the good side, wearing white. Oh man, Kahina, R.I.P.
Oh. Yeah.
I feel bad for her because she finally came forward with the truth. She did the right thing.
Yeah, and then KGB's gets a hold of her. That's.
She probably did it for money, I guess. Maybe she needed to help somebody in her family. Ugh.
Oh,
it's devastating. Lois is flashing that press badge. I'm glad that she doesn't get in.
Don't you have that? Don't you have that prop somewhere? Or don't you have like a Lois Lane press card?
I have one, but it's just like fan made. It's not like an official thing.
Hey, Rebecca, Lex wrote those messages, so maybe he didn't mean blind as a bat.
Oh yeah, Lex definitely sent those messages. To him.
Okay, listen, that cape floating around in those hallways, that is majestic.
So majestic. Good cape action.
Yes.
Oh, this is such a good scene. Everybody's quiet. No, nobody's saying a thing. Everybody's just watching him walk in.
Should we also be quiet?
I feel like it because it's very quiet scene.
Okay, well, let that be quiet.
Okay.
Let's be in character. We're part of this.
Nobody's so you are, yeah. We're just whispering about him coming in.
Okay. It's a big ass. Just saying.
Okay. That's enough of that.
What?
I always sort of laugh about these people taking these pictures because they're like, oh my gosh, I get a great shot of Superman.
That's not like if you're sitting down here, like I would fire as my editor. If I was their editor, I would have fired you right now.
Yeah, you would want a more direct shot of his face, but like people have been probably trying to take pictures of Superman for almost 2 years now. And they're like, yes, I finally get this Superman shot.
The day of truth. Oh, that's a good line.
And the sad thing is those photographers are never going to be able to share those pictures.
If he went through a metal detector, how did they not trace the bomb?
I'm sure Lex probably had some sort of way to get him in there. Or he covered it up somehow so that they wouldn't be able to detect it.
Oh.
She's freaked out now. Oh man, Holly Hunter, you know something bad is coming. Oh man. Some people don't like this. I love it because he's throwing her words back in her face right before he kills her. Oh, it's so evil. Oh, he's not there.
He's not there.
He's intentionally not there.
Yeah, he just like
Oh. I feel so bad for everybody who was in there.
Oh yeah.
They were trying to do the right thing. They were trying to get answers.
That was a very Lex Luthor thing to do.
Oh yeah. It's so devious.
Okay, now
there's a horse.
Oh, and there's another horse. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rebecca, I can never look at horses the same way ever again.
It's the pale horse. God. And the guilt that Clark feels by not being able to save all these people. It's terrible.
Oh, well, there were some insensitive people on Twitter who was like, he like couldn't care less about their death. Like, what is he? Wait, like, of course, you let your family die.
That's rough. Lex is so.
You do not bring up Dick Grayson like that, and his parents,
and all of the people who worked at Wayne. I guess it's Industries, or the Wayne Foundation. I think is. God, Lois, she's probably like, what in the world happened in there? This was cut from the theatrical version, which I really wish they put in there because it does show.
You take out a scene that would have actually silenced some of those haters, but
because he does go back and he saves as many people as he can, and I like that he respects the people who like the medical people because he knows that they are, he respects that they have jobs to do and that they can help these people, and I like that. But boy, it's hard to look at those people in the body bags.
But wouldn't they be? I'm sorry, not to be insensitive, but aren't they supposed to be like burned and they're like on their face? Like, they look very like.
I think there probably were those people who were in that room, that Senate hearing room, who probably would have, gone up with the flames. But there were probably people outside of that room who probably had some effects of it too.
Superman cares about people's deaths. He can't say everyone. What in the blue heck is wrong with you people? Oh yeah, Kenny, we feel the same.
He did as much as he could to help.
If David says, if this movie has an intermission, this bit between Bruce angry face and Lois would do, or Alfred and the rainy night.
Yeah, I think that would. I think maybe right before the big fight would be a good time to do an intermission. Or I guess doing it after this would probably have been good too. Oh, he picks up something that has the Capitol drawn on it. Yeah, Lex is so devious.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah. As brutal as that was a very Lex Luthor thing to do. Like 100%.
Well, Lex in the comics and other iterations, like on Smallville, like he's political. Like he sometimes is the president. So it makes sense that he would be political in this film.
No. I don't know why I thought that when the guy comes out on the motorbike, for some reason I thought that this was going to be our first look at Barry. Because like we see him driving or something fast. We see him like in these like kind of like street clothes and shoes and so on. Like I don't know why me and so many people thought it was Barry.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected Lex to ride a motorcycle, but I guess he can do whatever he wants to.
What that?
That's a great shot of Batman picking somebody up. His security guards fired all their bullets at Batman and couldn't stop him. On that pretty neon sign behind him is all messed up.
That was very pretty.
I do like that LexCorp sign.
And did you notice that it's red and blue, like Superman's color? Maybe Lex just wants to be Superman.
Well, I think there's part of him that is jealous.
He left a batarang behind. That is so shade. That's so petty.
But this plays right into Lex's plans. He knew that Batman would come for it. He knew it. He knew that would happen.
Could you imagine if like Superman was just sitting on Lois Lane's like balcony and people were like, "Wait, is he maybe Clark Kent?"
He looks like that reporter guy that I've seen in his picture in the newspaper. I like that even though Clark is sort of beating himself up here, Lois is trying to encourage him, like trying to help him remember that Superman means something to people and that he is doing good.
Yeah.
I like that Lois is such a good encourager here.
Well, she is his anchor. I like
that. His world.
David Jones says in 5 minutes.
Okay, we gotta.
Yeah, he will enter
eyes open.
Yeah, he will enter the DCU. Yeah, you know Amy Adams had fun touching that chest.
I'm sure I bet she maybe messed up on purpose a couple of times just to do it.
Zack! One more take.
I screwed that one up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I would have done it too. Like I got you, girl.
Can't blame her.
Sonic Boom. Because I always watch with caption songs. It always says like that when something is happening, like non-dialogue wise. Okay.
Yeah. God, Lex is so smart. He knew to cut those fingerprints off of Zod. He had already figured it out. I like that his suits never quite fit correctly. His wardrobe is really interesting. He's like
it's kind of to give you that feeling that he's kind of still a boy, not much of a man yet.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and I think also that like it's sort of representative of kind of what's going on in his mind. He's sort of he does things, but he doesn't do them quite, the normal way, I guess, or the expected way. So I think his wardrobe sort of reflects the chaotic nature of his brain.
I love this scene. I wonder if we'll get a similar scene like this with Tyler Superman and Superman Lois. Or they can just try to do their own thing, not have to rip us off all the time. Sorry, that was mean. Sorry, Kenny.
That's Carla's voice.
Yeah, and he's not even freaked out that he's talking to a ship.
I would be a little nervous because I'd be like, am I doing this right? Is this going to work? But he's very confident.
Oh, yes, that is his...
Andy, watch yourself.
I'm sorry. But why would he hit a tire? I don't understand. Like, what is this kind of workout?
It's like functional working out. I don't know what they call that, but it's like you do like normal things to try to move your muscles in a different way. That's all Ben Affleck. I like that this also shows that Bruce is very smart.
Yeah.
He has high intelligence, that he can figure this stuff out.
What on earth is strong enough to shred kryptonite? That
he's figured it out though. Oh god. You can see the veins in his chest.
Yeah.
He's covering the bullets in lead.
Yes. Oh. Even him just dropping weight on the floor is good looking.
Well, I think some people could probably see that as gratuitous, but I think it's important to show that he's training to try to fight Superman, who is so strong.
This is my favorite. It's one of my favorite moments.
Now this has become a meme.
Yeah. That, like, you know what? Did Lex just sit down and like make logos?
Well, he did. He came up with a design choice. He had to organize it somehow. She's in Paris. Diana's in Paris.
Where's Bernie? What?
Where's what?
David Jones asked, like, where's Bernie?
Oh, I think he did a meme of Bernie Sanders from the inauguration. Yeah. With this clip, yeah.
Yeah, go to Twitter at Big Rock DJ. You can see it. Diana's like, I see you. I know you're watching, and I don't care. Here's almost. Oh, here we go. Taken by Zack Snyder himself.
Well, this was actually, they hired a guy who specializes in these kinds of photos because it's a special camera.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Zack. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, he hired a guy who specializes, because it's an old timey way of taking photos. I think this is one of Bruce's first times where he's encountering people who are not human.
Ew, Zod looks so icky. He looks, good lord.
Well, it is a dead body.
I know, and he's. Ew, whoa, ew. So as you can see, there's a reason why I didn't go into the medical field, because like if I had to like deal with a dead body, it's.
Yeah. But Lex has no problem with it. He's sure.
He's a scientist. He's like, of course, this is like not natural for him.
Oh, I couldn't see. Oh. I would be out right there. I would not be able to cut myself like that. Oh, so gross.
Why is he crying? Why are you crying?
Well, he might be partially crying because he just sliced his hand open. I'd be crying.
You flew close to the sun.
Yeah.
Action.
It might be also strangely emotional for him because he knows that this is going to be something that's going to make him powerful. I don't know.
Give deformity ever again. So that was basically a hint that they've done this before.
Yeah.
Like basically confirming there is a doomsday out there somewhere.
They did talk about on the Man of Steel bonus features. They talked about doomsday there. So I think doomsday might have happened on Krypton as well. Perry gives Clark a lot of grief, but I think he does care about him. And maybe more so he cares about Lois.
That's what I love about Perry White, is that he is brutal. Oh my god.
This is the scene with Dave.
David Jones! Yeah, I saw his head. Yeah, we know someone who was in BBS, right? We're friends with someone who was in BBS.
He needs his own wiki entry.
Girl, I will do it. Like if
we can make that happen. This is Clark's Garden of Gethsemane moment. A little bit of this is cut out of the theatrical version as well, where these people are like, he's going up to die. Oh, it's so interesting. I like that so much. Yeah, here's another picture of Clark and Lois that we barely can see, but we know it's there. They're smiling. They're happy in that picture.
Okay, that's a sick, good white coat for him. That's a good coat.
Yeah, and he's holding a little stress ball of the world, and he's got the whole world in his hands. He's thinking about.
Well, he's like me. Like he also likes to have a stress ball. Good for him.
Well, Lex Luthor probably does live a stressful life. He's doing all those evil deeds. He wants to make sure they go right. He's probably stressing out about it a lot. This scene with Lois in Wallace's apartment were cut out as well from the theatrical version.
Yeah, one of my probably it was like it was too dark.
Well, I like that we get to see her fully investigating this. I love that so much. And she's made contacts with the local police. They know her by name.
Like, all right, come on now, Lois. You know the rules. You gotta go.
She's so smart. I love this Lois Lane so much. I don't know if people know that about me, but
wait a see. Oh my god, I love that. She's smarter than the police.
I like that she has her own contacts and like sciencey stuff. I also love that she has this green coat because in the Death and Return of Superman, when Superman and Lois reconnect, she's wearing a green coat.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, go back and look at Superman and Lois's first official reconnection after his resurrection. I like this scene up on the mountain too because it's almost like it's sort of a metaphorical fortress of solitude.
See, I thought it as a metaphor for heaven for some reason.
You could see it as that way too. I could buy that.
Only because Jonathan is there.
Well, and in the comics, I believe it's been a while since I've read it totally, but I think when he dies, he sort of spiritually goes and meets Jonathan in heaven. Somebody can fact check me on that.
I remember. It's on the top of my tongue. I know. I read that
because Jonathan Kent, I think, dies after Superman does. So it's sort of reflective of that. We didn't know that Jonathan Kent was in this either. I think this was another hidden cameo that nobody knew he was going to be in.
No, I was surprised too when I saw that he was in this. Oh, I will say this does give me a little bit of a Smallville vibe, a little bit, because in the final season premiere of Smallville, when Clark is like, he's also doubting himself, like not knowing, like, because Jor-El had just told him, you will never be Earth's savior if you're full of pride or whatever, and then he sees Jonathan's spirit in front of him, like he comes and covers, like, since when do you listen to Jor-El?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Jor-El, Jor-El doesn't believe me. He's like, since when do you listen to him, son? Come on.
Yeah, this is a good scene that reflects the Clark-Lois relationship and sort of compares it to Jonathan and Martha, which I think is really nice. It also talks about nightmares. There's a big running theme of dreams and nightmares in this film as well.
Although I do think Jonathan spells nightmare without a K though. I think it's only I do wonder where that name came from. Nightmare.
Well, from The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, obviously. But I wonder, like, was that something that fans started calling it, or did Zack always call it that way? I
can't remember right off the top of my head, but I want to say it was on something official. Like,
okay,
the score maybe, or I think the nightmare was something official from the movie. Like, that's what they called it. Like Zack Snyder and the filmmakers.
It was always there. Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah, it wasn't something the fans made up.
This may be the only thing I do that matters. Wow, Bruce, that is real. That's very harsh on himself. That he thinks that this would be the only thing that matters by taking down Superman.
And this is a Bruce Wayne who's been Batman for 20 years.
At least 20 years. Like, because he's like, I will say I am selfish. I kind of do want Jeffrey Dean Thomas to come back. but as like Thomas from the Flashpoint universe, just so he
Oh,
and Ben Affleck can meet each other. But like, I don't know if it will happen.
he would be such a good Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah. Well, that's like whenever I even read the Flashpoint book these days, I can only hear in Jeffrey Dean Morgan's voice.
Yeah, he's pretty much perfect for that.
So falls the house of Wayne.
It's still falling.
No, my God, not Nancy Gray.
They had to utilize all their like CNN people because
Yeah.
CNN is part of Time Warner, and so is Warner Brothers. So
But
it's kind of a tie-in.
But Rebecca, it is Nancy Grace.
There's part of me that enjoy. I should say there's part of me. All of me enjoys her to a degree because she is entertaining. I don't know how much.
Rebecca, she's the Grace
She's
Randolph.
the yes, I 100% agree. She's the Grace
Yeah,
Randolph.
I high
cable
five to
news.
that.
They have a lot
Do
in
not
common.
go after Martha. Like,
She's
oh, that's you, Rebecca.
It is the Dark Knight Returns, dude.
Second appearance of Larry Fong's Larry Fong's free of clubs. What's that?
Yeah, I can't remember where that is. I think it's in that diner sequence, maybe. Larry Fong is also an amateur magician, and so I think that's related to his magic, the Three of Clubs. He tries to work it in as an Easter egg in the films he's doing. I love the bat signal in this universe.
Yeah,
It's got that big bat flag symbol in the sky.
No, I like it too. I know a lot of people were harsh on it, like thinking like, oh, like you can barely see it's a bat. It's like, really like something with big wings and a top of ears. Like that's difficult for you to see.
I think it looks like a bat. It also plays a very key moment in the fight that we'll see later on. So there's actually, multiple purposes for why it exists. Oh, this scene is so creepy.
No, don't go down there. Girl, you gotta go up again.
Well, she's surrounded. That guy behind her is probably with KGBs too. They've got her surrounded. She must be working real late because I assume she's at the Daily Planet.
She better get overtime for this because this is like.
Yeah, she's definitely there too late, I think. Oh, he's got a little bit of a scar too. I don't know if I've ever put that together.
Come on, couldn't we just had like one like her kicking, kicking them kicking them and punching them a little bit?
She gets put in a van though that says Terrio on it. Terrio's janitorial maybe this one. So it's a little nod to Chris Terrio there.
Oh God, we should be so lucky if we ever get another DC movie from Chris Terrio after the Snyder Cut.
His dialogue is so good in this film. And the way he interwove thematic elements, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
And this scene is actually really believable. Like, they're not really on a rooftop somewhere, but it really does look like they are.
Well, I'm just glad that they could film this. They could just film this like inside studios. So was it? Because there was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's a lot of things that kind of leaked a little bit. So I'm glad that things like this was kind of like hidden.
Yeah, I think they had like the Lex Lois interaction in one of the later trailers. But I was really glad that there was a Lex and Lois scene because they have a really a very interesting dynamic from the comics over the years. Because sometimes Lex and Lois are romantically entangled, and sometimes they are, they headbutt each other all the time. So I thought the use of them together here was great.
Simple word. Don't you call her a little mind? Don't call her a little mind, you dumbass.
She's figured you out, Lex Luthor.
Yeah. And also, do you see what she's wearing? She's wearing, a white shirt and she's wearing a vest. Classic Lowe's.
Pencil skirt, everything.
Pencil skirt, that's what it's called. Pencil skirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not really afraid of him, but her eyes are a little glassy. I love the blue coming off that building as she goes down.
Oh,
He comes in just when she needs him.
Clovis for the win. I'm sorry, that's a good Clovis moment.
I agree.
Now, let me ask you something. I was going to ask you in the beginning. Oh, that kiss. In the beginning of the film. I'm sorry. I love Clovis kisses. Like, I love everything but Clovis. One of my favorite ships. Like, what did you think about the slight redesign of the Superman costume? Because there's a little difference.
I like it because it utilizes the Kryptonian on his shield. It says, I forget the exact Joseph Campbell quote, but it talks about, being with all the world. I think that's really appropriate for Superman. So I like the incorporation of the Kryptonian.
Man, I just wish that Clark would smile here. Like, just be excited to be Lex Luthor. He
should be so excited that his mom and his girlfriend were kidnapped. He's so excited.
They almost killed Clark. Oh. Yeah, Rebecca called it. He knew. No, don't go for Clark, Joe. That's not a good.
He's giving him a nickname.
CJ.
I do find it interesting that people don't understand Lex's motivation either. Lex clearly states that he's doing all of this because he was abused as a kid and that he hates God because God wouldn't save him from his abusive father.
So he would be like the pure definition of an atheist. Like,
well, I don't know, because I think he believes there is I think he believes there is a God, but he hates God. So I don't know that he does not. I don't think he doesn't believe in God. I think he does believe there is a God. He just hates him, which I don't think is technically what an atheist would be, because an atheist would believe there was no God.
Black and blue, fight night.
That thunder and lightning came at the right time.
Yeah. Son of Krypton versus Beth of Gotham.
Lex is evil, but he is incredibly smart. He knew that Martha was what Clark would really. I mean, he would want to save Lois, but I think he would be surprised if he would go after his mother.
Oh, dear Lord.
He wrote witch on her forehead. Mm.
Oh, I thought it said the B word.
No. He put witch there.
Oof.
They're playing the Kryptonian music from the opening Krypton sequence.
He made a god kneel before him. Oh, good.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the sequence, Superman is hovering above Lex, but Lex gets Superman to his knees. It's one of my favorite scenes in the whole film.
Yeah. But of course, everyone. By the way, for anyone watching this commentary right now, this is a safe space for the Martha moment.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, don't you dare make fun of it.
Yeah, David W says this is the Laura Van holding baby Kal-El music. Yeah, it actually is. Which is appropriate because it's about his mother, and the music is evocative of his Kryptonian mother, who dies in a fire.
Oh my God, the parallel. Oh my God, that is genius. He walks around with a kitchen. What should I use for baking?
just to really be grandiose about it, he carries around a kitchen timer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing because this is a very serious moment, but you just like to justify it later. We're just like oh, TikTok.
he's over the top. I think Lex has fun with this.
Yeah.
In a sick, twisted way, he's enjoying this.
Poor Martha.
These bad guys think they have got it all figured out. They are not counting on Batman.
Is that a black eye? Did they punch her?
Martha?
Yeah, like look at her right eye. Look at her right eye. Maybe it's just the lightning, but like it looks like it was a little bit damaged.
I would not put it past them to have done that. I'll have to take another look at it. I don't know that I've never noticed it. Yeah. I mean, it's dark for sure. She's either been crying a lot or they did hit her. Oh,
It's Barry running around.
That blue light is so gorgeous.
It is. It really is.
Look at Diana. She's so regal.
Okay, Rebecca was right from last week. Lois Lane knows how to get around, like with transportation.
Well, I mean, she would have to. She can't fly. Yeah. She can't super speed.
Although if there's a Legion ring in this universe, then maybe she and Clark could fly together. He was ready to kill. He was getting ready to kill Batman.
Yeah, and I guess there is some controversy on whether or not, it's okay for Superman to doubt or be upset or lose faith in people. But, I mean, it would be very upsetting to him that all this stuff is happening. So I don't blame him at all.
If it was okay to watch a trilogy of Iron Man doubting himself in every freaking scenario, then yeah, good Lord, let Clark doubt himself too. Oh, an email. Boys share too.
I like that they're sort of flirting a little bit in these messages.
Listen, they're endgame, Rebecca. They gotta be endgame.
Versus I know who you are.
Everyone who ships Wonderbat, right? Hashtag Wonderbat. In the chat.
Oh man, this is a good tease for the Wonder Woman film, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you want to know their story.
Well, I loved her. The gang. Who are you? Where have you been? Clark, you don't have to write like a paragraph either. Just again, that Lex just sat around and made logos and graphics. First of all, David Jones could make way better logos than these. She started with the Flash one.
Red streak.
Red streak.
I like that Barry is just always somebody who helps people in need, even if he's just
getting a little bit
buying some milk.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to like help separate him and Grant Gustin a little bit, like with how their powers are used.
Yeah, and the lightning too, I think, is a little different.
Oh yeah, because Barry's in the air is yellow, and look
at those glowing eyes of Aquaman.
Yeah.
Well, the lightning is supposed to mimic in the DCEU. It's supposed to mimic a Tesla coil, which I think is very different from Grant Gustin. Jason Momoa's glorious hair.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Why does he have a trident? Wait, I don't get. Wait, hold on. Why does he have a trident?
I'd have to go back. I think it's a quindent. Did it have 5 points or 3 points?
Oh.
Property of Star Labs.
Our man Ray Fisher.
The trial test. Journal entry of Silas Stone.
And this man was also on Smallville.
Who did he play on Smallville? I can't remember.
He played a different Hamilton character, who was like. Remember, I think he was the one. Like, remember, like he had like a sickness that made him shake really crazy.
Oh, is that Jitters? Was he in Jitters?
Yeah, I think he was
like early season 1.
You with the episode titles, girl.
I used to know a lot about Smallville. Sometimes it comes back to he might have been that guy in Jitters. Now that I think about it.
The mother box, like see, like it recreates it. Oh, I see. I hope that one day, like we get to see that, like in a full perspective, like just like his first seconds as Cyborg. We can. How much money does this paper make? Come on, we can barely make a bicycle.
I like that Perry's wearing a bow tie. He's like a little bit of Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, he is the Jimmy Olsen.
He cares so much about Lois. He would not have done about that. He would not let her do he would not have done this for anybody else but Lois.
Now, who's your favorite Perry White, Lane Smith or Lawrence Fishburne?
Oh, they're both so good.
Right? Maybe.
That's a tough one.
Lane Smith. Oof.
I think because of his connection with Amy Adams as Lois Lane, I'd probably say Lawrence Fishburne, but Lane Smith is so good. He's so good on Lois and Clark. Batman is so smug in this beginning of this fight.
See, that would have been a great Black Canary effect.
I love the use of his strength there, where he just picks up a manhole and just rips it in half. Shows how strong he is.
Yeah. You don't understand. Oof. Cassie tried to... Sorry. I mean, it was a little erotic when they got that close.
Well, they did get a little close.
Yeah. He was prepared. Like, he was really prepared.
Oh, you give Batman enough time, he'll come to play. But Superman is able to handle all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think Batman's just testing him, though. I think he's trying to figure out what he can do.
Now, let me ask you, what is your favorite heat vision? Man of Steel's heat vision, the DCU's heat vision, or Supergirl's heat vision?
Well, Supergirl borrowed a lot from like Henry Cavill's Superman. They adapted a lot of those effect powers, the powers of the effect. The effect representing those powers, I guess is the right way to say that.
Could you imagine if Melissa got to play the DCU Supergirl too, and she was the one who was in the pod and walking around for 20,000 years?
That would be my dream come true.
Because she and Henry, they would be so good together.
There's the bat signal.
Oof.
Gets smashed. I love that Superman throws him through the bat signal.
I wonder how Michael Wilkinson, how long he worked on the Dark Knight Returns costume.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but they did a great job. It looks
because that is practical. That is not CGI.
I think it's probably a little bit of both, just because like they had to do certain things in the suit, but some of the Batman stuff is, I think, effect driven. Like when he has to run in it.
Clark.
I don't think you could do a lot of action in that suit.
No, it would be difficult. But I've seen pictures of Ben Affleck in something.
Yeah, he's physically in it in some shots.
Could you imagine like getting that into your lungs as a Kryptona? He must be.
Because he's not used to it.
You know, I was really cheesy for a second, and when I saw this film the first time, I thought, oh, he mixed it with the scarecrow toxin, but like I took it too literal.
Yeah. Well, he does say breathing in, that's fear. But he's talking about how Superman, he thinks Superman doesn't have any fear because he's an alien. That only men can have fear.
Okay, yeah, go. Yeah, you go and jump now. Jump on the chest.
This is such a great shot. Boom.
Boom.
He's really giving it to Superman here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, any Iron Man suit, you have nothing against the Batfleck suit. Oh. And I love that we even got a bat. You know, we got a Batfleck with like the white glowing eyes.
Yeah, it looks so good. I think this is when the musical cue shows a change. Yeah, you hear a little bit of the Superman theme. It's only temporary.
You know what the beauty is with this is that there's like another 45 minutes after this. You know what I'm so happy about. Because I don't want this movie to end. Yeah, you run, boys. Barry's still faster than both of you. Oh, but then let's see as Clark's strength comes back slowly.
I like how scared Batman gets when he realizes that the kryptonite is.
Yeah. Oh no.
When Superman floats up, he really backs away. Yeah, like he's freaked out.
He's like, no.
Yeah. At some point, I wonder if Batman realizes, oh crap, what have I gotten myself into?
But see, even it's still heavy for Clark. He's still not back on his feet yet.
Yeah.
Isn't that also how kryptonite works in on Supergirl? Like she's still a little weak after being exposed to kryptonite. Or does she
Yeah.
get her back on track immediately?
I think it takes him a while.
No, I was asking for Carl. Like, do they do the same thing on Supergirl as they do here right now? Like, it takes a while for the strength to come back.
Yeah, I think so, because they usually when they show Kara being affected with that, she has to sometimes go under a sun lamp to get her energy back. So, yeah, they've never taken it to a hard degree, but they do show her struggling with it.
Ooh. Oh, poor Clark.
Batman hit him with everything, including the kitchen sink.
Soon he's gonna bleed. Oh. Did you hear the back crack?
Yeah. It's really, the Batman theme is very angry here.
Wait, was that a riddle? Was that a riddle on the wall?
Yeah, I think there's a question mark.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Riddler Easter egg.
Ow! That's his nightfall.
Yeah, you could say that.
Sorry, that was...
Yeah, there's I think a Joker Easter egg. Maybe a Joker Harley.
I mean, look, I know the cape is like all torn and wet and so on, but still, look at that cape. Oh my, that's creepy that he knows exactly word by word.
Yeah, that dialogue from Batman, I think, is also in The Dark Knight Returns. It's basically, well, it's almost lifted verbatim. I was shocked the first time I saw this, where he flung him around through the columns. I was like, whoa.
The world only makes sense. Oh, wait, hold on. Kevin Conroy said this line on Crisis. Oh my God, they took something from Batfleck.
Well, that was originally from The Dark Knight Returns. So it's sort of tied into both of them.
That's a big spear. The hole is in the shape of Ontario, homeland of Joe Shuster. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the hole that that gets created. I think when Superman throws Batman.
There's also the graffiti. Who watches the Watchmen graffiti? Oh, that's cool. Who watches the Watchmen? Oh, ooh, Rebecca. Does he bleed? Do he bleed? Does he bleed, Rebecca?
Let's find out. Oh, it looks like maybe he does.
Oh.
Some people say that the Martha moment is not executed well, and I'm like, what are you talking about when you say that? Like, how is it not executed well?
Let me explain to those people. He's at his last breath. He's about to die, and he's using all his remaining strength to say that, "Please save my mother. Don't save me, but please save my mother." He's giving up his remaining life energy to beg this man to save his mom. How anyone cannot understand that is it makes me so angry, Rebecca. It makes me so angry.
Yeah, I think this Martha moment is executed perfectly, because they tie it back to the beginning. You know, they've threaded it all throughout the film with Martha Wayne stuff in the dream sequences.
Oh, bless Lois Lane.
The amount of guts it takes for Lois to step in between the two of them is unreal.
And what happens here that for people who still don't understand is that Bruce realized that, oh my God, he's an alien, but he also has a mom. Like, he is despite our differences, he is also just like me. He has family. He has someone he loves.
Yeah, he references his parents during the fight, but I think this is the moment where he realizes, oh, they have a connection. They both have a mother named Martha. That he's like me.
Lois is a young lady from Metropolis making Bruce honest again. Yeah, I mean Lois is the key, y'all. What do you don't understand about it? That looks like, I'm sorry, that looks like a black guy. That's disgusting that they hurt her.
Well, they're super bad guys who are doing really bad things.
Yeah.
And I think people have a problem with this moment because they think they're automatically best friends, and I don't get that at all.
No,
they're not automatically best friends. Batman just realizes, like, I need to help this guy. I don't think that means they're automatically friends at this point.
Yeah, like people,
you're just willing to put aside their differences.
People are projecting nonsense to this film that doesn't exist there just because they want to find a reason to hate this so much. It is so dumb. Like they're on the same side now, but they're not. Like they don't have a connection. They're not best friends. They're barely allies.
Well, I had a little Martha moment when I went through cancer. I was in the infusion room where you get your chemotherapy, and a lady next to me in one of the chairs next to me, she and I both had the same birthday. And just because of that, we were not best friends, but I felt a special connection with her because we were both going through chemo and we both had the same birthday. And I felt a special moment with her over that. I've never seen her since. I hope she's doing well, but it's like those are meaningful things when you find out you have a connection with somebody.
But yeah, what is humanity? Like, it's like, does it exist in real world? It's, friendships are just made like that, or like it's.
You have to start somewhere. You have to start a relationship on something.
Ooh. I like this Batwing, by the way. Like, it's also very Arkham Asylum inspired.
I like that you can fly it remotely. I think that's a really cool idea. That Alfred can.
It's very practical.
Fly. Yeah.
It's all right, Alfred. I'll take it from here. That's anytime I think of the Batwing, I just think of Victor Stone saying that.
At this point, Batman is going to do whatever it takes to save Martha.
Yeah.
This is his redemption in that way.
That ship must have some good Bluetooth. Could you imagine if that was how it worked?
I'm sure they have better technology somehow. I'm sure Wayne Industries or Wayne Enterprises probably has developed some kind of technology.
Him just that cape flying.
He crashes in like a bat.
This is one of the most phenomenal Batman action sequences that has ever been made in cinema.
Yeah,
it's probably the best one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to really raise the bar if you're gonna be a Batman director, storyteller.
Yeah. I think we'll see some cool stuff in Robert Pattinson's film, though.
Oh yeah.
But Batfleck is Batfleck. He's my favorite Batman. So
it's gonna take a lot to top this for sure.
Yeah.
I like that I was just gonna say I like that they defied the expectation that he's gonna come from the top. He comes from the ground, from the floor beneath him.
Now, in the featurettes, I think this was mostly Affleck who did this. So,
I think Affleck did a lot of it, but it was also Richard Citrone, who's Stunt Batman, I think is his handle on Instagram, maybe. But Richard Citrone does a lot of the Batman stunts.
He's a stunt bat.
He's a stunt Batman.
Oh, that cape. I know it's probably CGI, but it's still so good.
Yeah, you would think the Batman cape would get in the way of some of this, but it really doesn't. Lost his grappling gun hook.
Yes, but he doesn't need that.
Now he's just straight up punching bad dudes in the face. He's using his gauntlets, though. He's been able to block some things with the gauntlets.
Yeah, I saw that he got shot. I'm like, wait, that didn't even pierce him. Yes.
He's just straight punching those dudes. I like that the cowl is bulletproof. Oh, they do tug on his cape a little bit, yeah.
That cape should not be up. You do not stab that cape. I mean, him, of course, not either. But like, the cape does not get stabbed.
Yeah, don't rip up the cape. You can do whatever you want to Batman, but don't touch that cape.
And also, like, no, he didn't kill the guy. He stabbed him, but he didn't kill him.
I mean, what did that guy think he was gonna do? Play nice?
There's a GIF of like when they're filming the scene where like you see Ben Affleck, like his body, like, when he's breathing in and out, and his abs are like just like looking insanely sick. And it's like, that is like, anyone say that's a fake 6-pack, go poop yourself. Like, that is just no. This man like did the training of all training for superheroes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of muscle padding in there, but a lot of it is Ben Affleck. This moment is also from The Dark Knight Returns with the I believe you. KG Beast killed himself.
KG Beast became barbecue based. I'm a friend of yours.
Okay.
I figured the cape.
Martha's like, I have a respect for the capes too.
Yeah.
I like a good cape.
Somewhere likes to go like, but do you know the red capes are coming? Oh, Lois, no, don't drop it. I know you mean well, but like, we need that.
Well, she didn't know that at this time.
The kid should watch.
He makes a reference, I think, to Alice in Wonderland in here. Yeah, the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Tricks like the cereal with the rabbit. God, the dialogue is so good.
Yes.
A lot of great blues in this scene. Nice use of color.
Ooh, I ready to embrace a person.
Batman does get to see him in person at the end of this film. Another use of Christian imagery there, talking about the sinner.
They will do it.
Another use of the Christian imagery. So, do you think the devil is Lex Luthor, or do you think it's Doomsday? If man won't kill God, the devil
because he. Oh, I forgot that it became a blackout. No, I think he looks at Doomsday as a devil, like, because I think Lex is. Oh my god, Blaine Anderson is also. Oh my god. Even into the final third act, they made it work. What is that creature that is floating around?
It's gross, whatever it is.
It looks like it looks Kryptonian.
A little bit, yeah.
But no, I think that he looks at this creature as the devil. Because if he hates God, then I don't think he would want to be the devil either.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate on that. I sort of see Lex as the devil, but I think there are arguments to be made on both sides.
And so we could have a perfectly reasonable disagreement and not hate each other over it, like the rest of Twitter.
No, I think it's a valid opinion.
Now, you know what I wish that the traitors hadn't spoiled?
Doomsday.
Yeah. That was the biggest mistake in their marketing. I think they should have saved that.
What's funny is when I saw this for the first time, I still didn't know if they would kill Superman. Even after seeing Doomsday, I was like,
he probably has bad ref.
Yeah, yeah, his breath stinks.
Oh. See, even though like Lex did all this, Superman still protected him.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with my tongue today. I can't talk today. Sir, you need to put on some pants. You can't just walk around the street and beat the hell out of him.
Well, where is he going to get pants that fit? I know they have big and tall stores, but I don't know if they have them this big and tall.
He sees that statue. That cannot be good.
He looks at the statue and then looks at the real thing.
he says and what did you train on? On a farm? It would have been so funny if he had said that in his
Doomsday is part General Zod.
Yeah. In theory, he should be able to talk, I think.
Well, Doomsday has always been kind of like a big brute of a character who doesn't really say much. He just kind of growls.
Supergirl has had 3 actors who have played versions of Doomsday. Oh, that is true. That is true.
I'm trying to think of what the 3 are.
Starting with where?
Oh yeah, Stosner.
Yeah.
Who's the third one?
Yeah, who's the third?
Trying to think. Because Sam and Stas are the obvious choices.
Yeah.
But I can't think of the third one.
Unless she's talking about like a stunt performer who was like maybe the actual Doomsday on Smallville, like who wore the suit, because Sam Weaver did not wear the suit. Oh, there we go. Turkish Airways, which was a tie-in marketing for the movie. I like those commercials.
Yeah, those commercials are really great. They have one for Metropolis and one for Gotham City, so go check those out if you've never seen them. They're fantastic.
Diana, you get your ass out of coach and get back into first class.
It takes her a lot to start jumping in the action. Unkillable monster might be a good time to jump in, Diana.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like that it shows that like humanity doesn't wait for Superman to stop him. You know, they've got the military out there trying to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Like they learned. Oof. Like, can you explain what this energy wave was? Like that, you know, why was it every time they attacked him, he would exhibit energy coming out of him?
I think it's just something about the Doomsday creature. Like it's just within him. I think it's that part of that, you know, weird stuff that Lex did in the scout ship.
There you go, Diana. There you go.
He's a weird abomination that gives him these...
Robin Atkin Down played the third Doomsday. But in what?
Yeah, what did that person play on Supergirl?
Oh, that's just an iconic shot, like him flying into space.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Carol Ferris in the scene. And she's not Carol Ferris. We just like to think
I think she should be Carol Ferris.
That's our headcanon. We're sticking to it.
Yes. She should be, oh, damn it. Where is Hal when you need him?
Do you know who the president is? The voice of the president is? It's Patrick Wilson, who was in Watchmen.
Ocean Master?
And also Ocean Master. Aquaman.
Dope.
Yep. He's the president.
Because Zack Snyder and him, they worked on Watchmen. So that makes... Oh, this is beautiful. Them fighting in space. Because yes, Kara can breathe in space, and so can Kara. That is my canon. That any version of Superman and Supergirl and Superboy's home, they can breathe in space.
I would like to think that they can to a certain degree. Like if they, I don't know. I wonder if like there's a length that they go too far and it's hard. But then that also doesn't make any sense, because if they can breathe in space at any point, they should be able to breathe in space at any point. I don't know. It's an artist's choice.
Yeah. I was like really annoyed in the Supergirl season finale where I'm like, wait a minute, they can't make up their mind. Like either they can breathe or they can't.
Yeah, if you make a choice, stick with it. That's all I ask.
Yeah. But with that said, the Supergirl season 1 finale season 1 is good. That is a good finale.
Season 1 is solid. Oof. That's the only Hope speech finale I will accept. Yes. The other ones, sorry, you've already played that card.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being part of the military. Like you see Superman go up, and maybe we've lost Superman, and he's our only hope to stop this monster. I would be a little concerned at this point.
I would be really overwhelmed to work within the military and having to like. So dude, I'm eating.
Did you think this design for Doomsday was okay? I know a lot of people have problems with it, but I don't mind it. But I'm curious what
I
your
don't
thoughts are.
hate it, but I'm like, it could have been a little. My favorite Doomsday in live action is on Krypton, with the boat and so on. But because Zack said, made it clear that this isn't like the only Doomsday in the DCU, we could still see the real Doomsday one day. I'm like, okay, I accept. Oh my god, ew.
Yeah, he looks dead.
But is that what nuclear does to him?
Yeah, I think it would hit him pretty hard. He would survive, but he would have to recover. That's also, I believe, in The Dark Knight Returns as well. And Batman really is going into like the trenches of war without any powers.
Remember in the trailer when we get that iconic nod to the Dark Knight Returns cover, and everyone thought that was Clark blasting him into the heat division, but it was actually Doomsday. I thought that was a neat marketing trick.
I always thought it was Doomsday because the heat vision is thicker. Like it's
I didn't notice that. So
it's a wider.
Well, I'm the expert on speedsters here, so I figured that you would know this better than I do.
Yeah. Doomsday has bigger like eye holes, and so his heat vision is a little thicker and rounder than Superman's is.
And nukes give off like 100 millionth degree of pure heat plus radiation and kinetic power. Well, then that explains that why he would look like almost a skeleton.
Zack Snyder in Man of Steel made like a list of how things would affect Superman, like if he got, shot at with a bullet or a torpedo or something. So I think he probably had a good idea of what a nuclear bomb would do to him.
I love that he slowly healed like through the sun, not like instantly.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yes. Just the music beat. Okay, Zack, you didn't need to film that close on his ass, dear Lord. No, I'm sorry. I could see his butt cheeks. That wasn't fun. Oh no, the Batwing.
I mean, just torn up.
Oof.
Just really wrecked it. It's one of the greatest entrances in all of cinema.
Oh yeah, girl! Let the drums are drumming. It's not drum, the electric guitar. What am I saying?
It's actually an electric cello. It's not an electric guitar.
Is it oh my god! I need to watch
an electric cello. Yeah.
Oh. I love the Wonder Woman costume so much, and the Trinity is together.
Yeah, her entrance is so good because she gets to save Batman. Batman's usually played. Yeah, well, I just like it because Batman's usually played up as like this character who could do no wrong, who never needs anybody, and Wonder Woman is used to save him.
I almost feel that line had to be written in there just because that he could like silence the hate and be like, "Why did you bring him back to the city? Because he's abandoned."
Oh yeah, that was intentional for the people who screamed about it in Man of Steel.
And look, Lois is taking responsibility for her own action. That she went back to go get it.
She was like, "Oh crap, I do need it,"
which
is very human. She wouldn't have known.
Okay. I'm gonna be like a director right now and be like, "Hold on, is she with you?" I wish she was with you. The way. They look so good together. Oh.
Yeah, that shot was in one of the trailers.
Yeah, I remember that. I lost my mind over it.
Do you think they should have not teased Wonder Woman? Do you think they should have kept that a secret?
You mean like they should have hidden her casting news as well?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that would have been beneficial? I mean, would people
because they called the film The Dawn of Justice? I think people almost realize themselves that there will be like a big Justice League connection here in one way or another. But it would have been neat to have that as a surprise. But like we don't know that this is the first time we ever see Wonder Woman on the big screen. That would have been a cool surprise.
Yeah, I think it would have been a cool surprise, but it's also a way to market the movie. Like, I think some people went to see just for Wonder Woman who wouldn't have gone otherwise.
Exactly.
So they probably wanted her in there for marketing purposes.
Now, how come that she doesn't fly? Like, we haven't seen her fly in the present time, but we know she can fly.
I think a lot of that is because Zack Snyder knew that there was probably going to be a Wonder Woman film. Well, at this point, they did tease the Wonder Woman film with the photograph. So I think he was giving Patty Jenkins the chance to do that in her films and not because I think he wanted to have some things that he would do, but then leave some of that stuff up for the filmmakers doing the solo films. So, and Patty Jenkins used it.
What a good team player he is.
Yeah, and Patty Jenkins used it in Wonder Woman 1984 when she flies.
Yeah, that was probably one of the. I wasn't a huge fan of 1984, but that was one of my favorite moments with the score they used.
Yeah.
Oof, poor Lois. She's like, I guess this is what I get for throwing away the spear.
See, look at that blue. It's just people talk about
a beautiful blue.
Not having any color, and I'm like, are you blind? There's color everywhere.
They're incompetent. That's what they are, and also blind. Like, look at all this. That is a red color. It's not a black and white color.
You could basically take any frame of this film and like print it out and hang it up on your wall.
Oh, I love that he loves her so much that he hears her from anywhere.
Yeah, he's probably always listening for her. I imagine.
The ultimate husband. Hubby goals.
I thought she was going to die because of that nightmare sequence alluding to the fact that Lois was dead.
If she had died, Rebecca, you would I would have had to have a therapy call with you, be like, Rebecca, I know this was traumatic, but
I was so relieved the first time I watched it when she like spit out the water. I was like, oh, thank goodness she's alive. And I like that they're able to save each other. Like Superman saves Lois, but Lois also rescues him.
Mm-hmm. Dark Knight Returns nod.
Yep. See, the heat vision from Doomsday is just bigger.
Yeah, I again, species are my thing, so I leave the Kryptonians to you. I'm Morgan. Has she seen BVS or Man of Steel?
Yeah, I'm sure she saw them at some point, but they're probably not films that she's watched repeatedly.
Well, then that's what you have me for. Don't worry, I got you, girl. Poor Clark. Don't throw it in the water again.
Well, she knows it hurts him.
Yeah,
so
I know.
It's hard for her to throw it away. I like that there's a Superman S-curl with a Superman in this scene right before he sacrifices himself.
Where? Oh, but I love this shot of Diana where look, she's so amused.
Well, she's getting back in the game. She's like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this, monster. Although she is partially to blame for the big spiky thing because she cuts off the arm. But she didn't know that. She wouldn't know that was going to happen.
Ew. Oh, there's a curl.
Yeah, there's a little hint of it. It's also there during the Superman-Batman fight. So you get a little traditional S-curl on him.
By the way, for everyone who's tuning in right now, thank you so much for hanging out on a Saturday watching this amazing film with us. We love it.
Yeah, we know it's a long film. It's a lot of time.
Well, wait till we announce after this.
Yeah, there's even longer live streams that might be coming.
I wish he would have at least said goodbye to her. Like that. That's.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I like that he told her that she was his world.
Here, this is when I started realizing that, oh no, what's about to happen is about to happen. I started crying. My friends were like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "Just watch."
Yeah, I had a feeling. I didn't know if they would do it at the beginning of the film, but when this happened, I was like, they're gonna do it. So much screaming going on. Everybody's screaming.
I just love all the color combinations. Like there's green, gray, red. Oh,
a little bit of yellow.
yellow.
He gets stabbed right through the symbol of hope.
Yeah.
Hope is being murdered at this point.
And there's a crucial shot here that was part of the Snyder Cut trailer as well. Oh no! Don't go through! Oh, dear Lord!
Oh, he knows he's probably going to die anyway, and the only way to kill Doomsday is to push himself forward. That's actually a reference to Excalibur, the film Excalibur. It's one of Zack Snyder's favorite films, and that happens with King Arthur. In the Snyderverse, Superman is King Arthur, which I think is. Does he
have a cute little Merlin running around with him, like the Merlin TV show? I just started watching it. It's very easy.
Who would be Merlin in the Snyderverse? That's a good question.
Barry.
You think so?
I know so. He is. Yeah, that Merlin is so sassy. Also, Katie McGraw, like she gets to wear all this beautiful wardrobe, like.
Pay attention when you watch Merlin, because when Morgana's hair gets crazier, that's how you know Morgana's starting to go evil.
Yeah, okay, shh. No spoilers.
Morgana is traditionally an evil character, is all I'm saying.
I know, I'm kidding. Oh. See, here's the thing. Oh. No.
Amy Adams is the perfect actress to pull this off.
Yeah.
To really make you feel something here.
Oh. Now, if you look closely in Rebecca's, if you just move your head a little bit, Rebecca, this is the scene Rebecca has on her green screen today.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's easier to see this way. It's one of my favorite shots in the film.
There's a concept art version of this scene that that almost breaks me down.
Yeah, the concept artist did he basically mimicked Descent of the Cross, which is it's sort of a genre of paintings where they depict Christ being taken off the cross.
Oh, I will have to Google that because I have never seen it.
Yeah, there's lots of versions of Descent from the Cross, but it's something that they used in this scene. I don't make the rules. Superman is portrayed as a Christ figure. I don't make the rules. I'm just here to observe it. People fight me on that, Andy, and I'm like, I don't make the rules. They're
idiots, Rebecca. They're idiots.
This is just me making observations.
That iconic shot of him just walking out of the shadows.
Well, he's rising. He's not falling anymore. He's getting up, and so I like that. Like his arc is starting to come full circle. I love this. Slow zoom.
What have I done? Like, why did I do it? There's a lot of guilt in this scene.
Yeah, I think from everybody's perspective, maybe.
Oh God, it's always.
I like the theatrical version at this point because it goes into like the city, like mourning Superman and all this stuff. Like it's a little bit jarring in the Ultimate Edition, going from the death to arresting Lex, but it's fine.
Oh, Steppenwolf!
He's looking spiky.
Yeah, not like
spiky alien,
like a blue Smurf with a helmet.
That is kind of what he looked like. Yeah, Lex does cry a lot. I think it's just like he's overcome maybe with the knowledge or the power that he's gotten. I don't know. That's really
cries so casually. He's not like he's like he's just like what have I discovered? Like what have I found? Oh,
he's got his Stanley Kubrick moment.
Yeah. I remember when we got the first photo of him as bald.
I was on a cruise, and I didn't have internet while I was on the cruise, and then I got home and I was like, "Oh, Lex Luthor is bald." I was very excited about it. He's become the Lex Luthor that we know and loathe. I'm pretty sure Lois Lane wrote that article.
Why does this break? Why does this get me every time?
It's a good little montage because it shows that nobody's outside. Everybody's gathered to go to Superman's funeral. All the businesses have shut down.
Yeah, and we don't even know where David Jones is. Dave, if you're still in here, like, thank you for joining us today. I know he told me yesterday he wasn't going to be able to join us, but he did it. So, look.
Even the people at the Daily Planet have gone to Superman's funeral.
But they could have turned off the computers and the lights and stuff. Like,
I mean, they could have maybe conserved a little energy.
Yeah, like Perry, you literally screamed at Lowe's, like, we can't even afford a bike.
At least turn the lights off or something, you know. I also like the juxtaposition of Superman's funeral and Clark's funeral. I think
was that Deborah Snyder?
Yeah, that's Debbie Snyder carrying the casserole in.
Oh my god! Oh, the priest and Pete Ross.
Yep, throwback to Man of Steel. I think Lana is also present at the funeral. I don't think they really focus in on her, but Lana's there.
I think there was a girl that looked like Lana, like based on how she looked like as a kid. I think it was a brunette, right?
Yeah, she's credited in the credits, so I think she's there somewhere, which I think is fitting.
Poor Martha. She has to bury both her. She has buried both her the men in her life now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first time we ever see Clark Kent's like childhood room.
Yeah, and I love that it's got a lot of flannel. The pillows are flannel, the jacket's flannel, and he's got
well, there's a lot of flannel. You're right.
He's got a mobile of the universe above his bed. I love that so much. He would probably be laying on the bed looking.
Oh my god, no, Rebecca, I cannot do this. I cannot. No, I cannot.
They don't have to say a lot to communicate what they're thinking. Amy Adams does such a good job with this ring moment.
Oh.
In the comics, Clark and Lois were engaged when he died. So I thought that was a nice touch for this film to pay homage to that.
They better have a sick-ass wedding, a kick-ass wedding.
Man, I would love to go to Clark and Lois's wedding. That would be
Could you
awesome.
imagine being an extra on that? Horse! Oh!
See?
I give up. I will never ride a horse again. I will never pet a horse again. I will never feed a horse again. Rebecca has ruined horses for me because now every time I see a horse, I'm going to feel like, am I about to die?
There are horses at Clark's funeral, and there are also horses at Superman's funeral. So you see horses carrying the casket with the American flag on it.
And see, this is what I love about because when this movie first starts, the world is divided on how to feel about Superman. But now, this is now people who were like, he's not like Superman from the comics. You just got that. He basically redeemed. I don't think he needs to be redeemed, but he became the Superman that the world knows him to be, and now everyone is mourning him. So,
yeah, I think they start to realize he's out here to help us.
Yeah. So there's a funeral in Smallville and a funeral in. Oh, this always gets me because of the casket. There's a silver S on it.
Yep, that's in the comics as well.
In the military,
I like the fact that they took the time to put that S shield on the casket.
Yeah. It's almost as Zack Snyder cares about.
It's almost like he pays attention to it.
Yeah.
And there's a very Zack Snyder shot of the bullet hitting the ground.
Yeah, that was very. I did roll my eyes a little bit at first. When I saw it, I'm like, okay.
That's kind of one of his trademarks, yeah, as a filmmaker.
I love that this gets to be the priest that gets to what's the right term? When you're.
He's given a eulogy.
Eulogy. Thank you.
And he knows that Clark is Superman.
And he kept his secret. There's Lana.
Yeah, I think one of those chicks is Lana, yeah. I love that Pete is hanging around with Martha Kent, making sure she's okay.
Anonymous donor. Ooh, yeah. Anonymous donor, my butt.
Who would have paid for the funeral? I don't know.
Catco.
Somebody kind of rich.
Is he buried next to Jonathan?
Yes. There's like a Kent family plot.
There we go. Now I see it. It was hard. It was a little bit hard because I'm watching, guys. I'm watching on my iPad, so because my computer's being dumb today. So
it seems like Bruce and Diana kind of hung back. They weren't. It didn't seem like they were part of the.
Well, this wasn't their hero to mourn. This was Lois's and Martha's hero to mourn.
Yeah, but they're still there. They're still present for it.
Well, they're still very pretty looking.
They both do look great. Even in her funeral clothes, Diana looks fancy.
Yeah. Now, okay, again, this was also something that people had problems with. Like, they're like, oh, so they just became best friends, even though he was trying to kill him. Like, no, he realized that, you know what, I messed up. I misunderstood him. I didn't get what he was trying to do for us. So it's.
Yeah, he's trying to turn things around because he realized what he was doing was not the right thing.
Rebecca, read what New Rachel wrote in the comments in the comment section.
Well, yeah. So Comet the Super Horse is a horse, but he's not usually associated with death. He's actually, I would associate him more with time traveling. And
Imani was so funny. I was like,
weird romances. So if I haven't ruined you for horses with Comet the Super Horse, you're probably gonna be fine. Comet's a weird character.
There's a girl here that always gets to me. Like, you know, like she look, yeah, there she is. Like, there's a young girl that is crying. That she always, like, for some reason, because I was crying that hard too when I was sitting in the theater for the first time. If you seek his monument, look around, Joe.
I'm actually wearing a shirt that says that. I don't know if you can see it.
You got the wrong S though. You need to have the Man of Steel S.
Well, this is what was on the shirt.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's good. I
love the musical cue.
The nightmare is coming. The nightmare is coming. Oh. Now, is this this isn't Arkham Asylum. This is Blackgate, I think.
Yeah, I think he says something to Lex about not sending him to Arkham. Because I think Arkham would be somewhat easier on him.
Ooh, can you imagine what Zack Snyder would do with Arkham Asylum?
That would be so awesome. He'd probably do something similar to Watchmen when they go into the prison. They do the prison escape.
That would be a good. That would be a good DCEU horror movie.
I would be into like a film that just took place in Arkham. Ooh. The use of lighting here, mwah, so good.
Oh, a red bat. Oh, whoever said that Zack Snyder movie doesn't have color, get your eyes checked.
I don't know what they're talking about. It's nothing but color.
I'm sorry, I don't speak idiot. So like
the dialogue in this scene is so good. It's a little extended in the Ultimate Edition where he talks about civilization on the wane.
The bell has been rung. Ding 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 ding. He's faking it, right? He's putting on a show. Lex is putting on a show. Passion.
Oh no, he is going to send him to Arkham. I can't remember if I got that wrong.
I should have asked you like this like 2 hours ago, but like, do you like the voice modulator that Batman has? I really like it.
I really like the voice modulator. Ben Affleck does a little bit of a deeper voice when he's like out of the costume, but I think the voice modulator is such a good choice because it still makes him sound scary, but it also doesn't make him come across as like a joke.
You mean like Christian Bale?
Well, that became a joke because people made fun of it.
The last time he would ever brand someone.
But he didn't brand him. He threatened him.
But Abel cannot be wrong. Hungry, and he's found us.
And Lex is really snotty.
Ew, you're right. Ew.
He's gone so mad. He's just snotting all over
And
his
then he
mouth.
let go of himself. Ding, 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 ding.
That's a play on. I think in the comics it's actually ping ping ping.
Oh wait, there's the painting now.
Yeah, it's flipped upside down.
There's now is that supposed to be a not dark side or Batman? Because of the wings?
That's supposed to, I think, be signaling the coming of the parademons. Bruce's path is now clear.
Maybe you can explain this, because I mean I've never been to a funeral, but like what is the symbolism of like throwing dirt on someone's grave?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's supposed to be a Jewish custom, maybe. Somebody can let us know in the comments, but some people will do that.
Oh.
That that's kind of like a way to say goodbye.
Understanding, respectfully waiting.
Yeah, I like that she's the last one at the casket.
It would have been wrong if it had been anyone else but Lois.
Yeah, and that's such a good looking coat.
Okay.
I like that coat. Such a good coat. She's got
it is a good coat. She has good fashion choices.
Even at a funeral, she's knocking it out of the park.
Did you see the dark going Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was Batman v Superman: Dawn of the Justice, the Ultimate Edition. So no, Rebecca, I know that this is like your 250th time watching this film now, but like, would you?
Who's counting anymore?
Well, I am. I'm trying to. But like, how good? I mean, what an amazing movie this is.
Yeah, every time I watched it, especially in those early days, I would find something new that I hadn't seen before. And I think that's what's so good about this film, is that it always has like a rewatchability that some other films don't have for me.
New Rachel. Oh, I think you will like this. Lois Lane, Boardroom or Ballroom.
Oh well, I mean, her suits and all of her clothes in Batman v Superman knocking it out of the park. She looks every bit Lois Lane that she should, and I can't complain about the wardrobe.
Now, how do you think she would do if she popped her shoulders?
Well, I think Lois would do it at an appropriate time. She'd probably do it at like a fancy party or something. She would not do it at work. For sure.
I want to go through the comments a little bit, because again, because of our amazing patient listeners, I do want to give them make sure that they get some of their thoughts spotlighted. Let's see. I'm trying to find some, because we read a lot of them already. But in the meantime, actually, you know what? Let's get into something. It will be kind of serious, but also kind of like, because just so that you guys don't need to ask on social media and so on. Because of what's especially has happened this week, we will not be doing a commentary on a film that technically comes after this. We don't want to give that filmmaker any more attention than he has already gotten. We don't have time for him and his garbage, and we feel after what has come out this week from a lot of powerful survivors, I feel that the only right thing here is that we don't give him a platform here on this network. So, but on a good note though, so we're now 1 month and 5 days away from the release of the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. March 18th, on Thursday, the Snyder Cut, the 4-hour cut, will be released. And so I know that I believe Supergirl has some plans for it, and we have some plans for the Flash Focus too. But Rebecca and I are definitely, because we want to give a complete set. Like it's like baseball cards. You want to have a complete set. Not that I collect a baseball card, I have no idea. But like we're gonna be doing a live commentary of the Snyder Cut. Yes, Rebecca and I will be sitting here on YouTube for 4 hours watching this film. that we've been so excited to watch together. Like, and
I mean, that's just another like 30, 45 minutes than what we did today. It's not that much longer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, we didn't have to take a single bathroom break throughout the whole thing. I mean, like, Rebecca, I think we got this. Like, we did pretty
well, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I will take another sip actually, because now I know I can like hold it or whatever. But yeah, so we haven't set an exact date yet because it is a month away. But I think that once Rebecca and I we've done our respective plans for our 2 podcasts, we will do a commentary. Like, I think, Rebecca, would it be safe to say that we will do something like at least the same month for the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, give me a little while to analyze it and break it down.
Of course,
then we'll come back and I think we could probably do it maybe late March. I would imagine.
So like everyone will have time to watch the 4-hour cut for the first time, and then we get together for a special live commentary on probably by the end of March, like I said, before maybe Easter, and that way we will have a complete set of the Snyder Cut commentary. And hopefully that won't be the last time. I would be very happy if Justice League 2 happens, or like anything with Zack Snyder in the DC. Listen, like a Joker movie with Jared Leto and Zack Snyder, or what we were talking about, a DCEU horror film with Arkham Asylum, or listen, it's probably not gonna happen, but like I'm still praying that we will get a Cyborg project in some way or fashion, because Ray Fisher, that Ray Fisher deserves that and so much more.
Yeah, I think they would be unwise to not carry on the DCEU as Zack Snyder set it up. I don't know what their plans are, but I personally would greenlight some stuff if it was me. But definitely, if y'all want to see more of the Snyderverse, tweet about it using hashtag the Snyder Cut and hashtag release the Snyder Cut, or Zack Snyder's Justice League, actually. Hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League and hashtag the Snyder Cut. And also become a subscriber to HBO Max. So please support the film as much as you can. Buy the merch. They might be looking at the numbers for how successful the merchandise is, the t-shirts and things that have come out. Support it as much as you can if you want to see this universe continue.
Exactly. And actually, for those, if we have any international listeners right now, or viewers, because I know you got, I think Supergirl, you have a few active listeners from Europe. If you want to watch a Snyder Cut, you will be able to see it on HBO Nordic. If you live in Sweden and Denmark and the rest of the Scandinavian countries, so on, so that you will be able to watch a Snyder Cut there. Because Zack, he said it himself that they're making the Snyder Cut available on multiple platforms within the entire world. So because HBO Max has sadly not come to every country. I think they just announced yesterday or something that it's coming to Latin America in June. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that, but I did see an announcement for something.
Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know the exact date, but I know it is opening up to other countries.
Thank you, Kenny. Wow, great BBS commentary, Andy, Rebecca. Well, thank you, Kenny. And we like I said, we are the world's finest here. We got these live streams down, commentaries down, crossovers down, and we kick ass.
We're very humble. We're really very humble.
Well, I love attention, so I will and I love glorifying. That was it. What about Canada? Well, you know what, Rebecca, vamp for me. I will look up and see.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell the listeners and viewers about a few things. If you would like to buy a book about the Release the Snyder Cut movement, you can get the Sean O'Connell book, Release the Snyder Cut, the crazy true story behind the fight that saved Zack Snyder's Justice League. You can find it at Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, pretty much anywhere you get books. So highly recommend that, because that'll be a good behind the scenes with the fans who led the movement. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, if you want to contribute to the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, you can donate there. The link should be in the description for this video. If it's not, we'll put it in there after the live stream is over, but that's a great way to support the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the Snyder family. This is an account, a fund that has been set up specifically in memory of Autumn Snyder. So that would be great if you guys, if you can, to donate. That would be a great thing to do. Andy, I don't know if you need me to continue to vamp. Are you still looking?
I looked it up. There's no set release date, or there's no set launch date yet for HBO Max in Canada. But I believe they have a service called Crave that has some sort of HBO connection. So I mean, the Snyder Cut will be available everywhere. Like it would be idiotic if they didn't take this opportunity to
they're
entire
gonna watch,
world.
Yeah, they're gonna want to make sure everybody can watch it.
Now, of course, I'm still hoping we can buy it on Blu-ray and digital. Like, because I want special features. I want to own this film. Like, I want to watch the Snyder Cut like when I get on flights, when that becomes possible again. When or if, not as much if, it will, when. But yeah, so there's no date on that. But yeah, the Snyder Cut is coming on Thursday, March 18th. HBO Max, like Rebecca said, go subscribe, because like, here's the thing. The reason that this film is coming out, it's because of you guys, of all us fans who tweeted, who campaigned, who showed our support, who made sure, who really showed to Zack that we want your movie released. We want your vision realized. We want your artistic integrity to be intact. We don't want you to be suppressed or silenced in any way, like what Warner Bros. Tried to do. So that's why, I mean, the studios, they paid attention to it. Like, yes, it was the Snyder Cut movement began in 2017 or something like that. So like, yes, it took a long time, but this shows that fans have a say. We are consumers. We are the reason these studios succeed or don't succeed. So, like Rebecca said, there's a lot of Snyder Cut merchandise, a lot of Dark Side stuff. As much as excited as I'm for Dark Side, like
it's a lot. There's a lot of Dark Side Steppenwolf stuff, yeah.
Although, can we for a second just talk about, like, because okay, so at the time of recording right now, it's February 13th. Tomorrow, on Valentine's Day, the Valentine's Day that will end all Valentine's Days, because Zack Snyder Zack is all over Valentine tomorrow, because he's giving us a brand new trailer for the Snyder Cut at, oh my god, what time was he going to drop it at?
9:14 Pacific time, I believe.
I'm going to pull it up because he's been posting so many teasers, and it's okay.
I don't know. Did we miss a teaser from today?
9:14 a.m. Pacific. Did we miss something? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if something came out while we were
3 hours ago. He dropped something just as we big. Oh, I'm watching it now. And like,
well, I think we can play it over the live stream and talk about it if we mute it? If we share. I think that's fair use. I think we can do that.
Okay. Should I do you want
yeah, share your screen. And we can all watch it. We can all watch it together since we missed it. We just kind of have to talk over it.
I can mute it. I can mute it.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it'll be the same music that was on the other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know he was going to post something else today.
Yeah.
So
we're such dorks.
We might as well do it while we're on the stream. Get our actual reactions.
We'll do it live. What did I just reference?
I swear that seems familiar, but I can't think of it.
Okay, can everyone see what I'm? Okay, everyone.
Yeah,
can see?
I can see it.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, make it full screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What happened? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what am I looking at? Come on, give me some bear reaction.
Oh, the cyborg.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool. He did tease that that Diana shot. We could break it down if you want to.
Okay. If you have time for me, I don't want to keep you, but okay.
Yeah, no, we can. break it down. He teased that shot of Wonder Woman as a still a while back.
Look at that flip. Look at that flip. This is what Steppenwolf looks like, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Rebecca, look at that tank.
Is that?
That has to be a bat tank.
It almost has to be, because is that Batman on top of it? What is
No,
that?
no, it can't be him.
What? It looks like somebody with a cape, though.
Rebecca, I think that is. Look at the head.
It's hard for me to see. It looks like Batman to me. It's
I don't think that's Batman. I think that is because he's not. I think that is Space Dad.
Oh
no.
We would have to zoom in on this.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I don't know if you can.
I
don't think you can resize it. We'll have to do that later on.
Okay, so setting on a bat tank.
That's something we did not know about. That was not in the theatrical cut.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a bunch of Okay, so this has to be part of the history lesson.
Well, it's with is that Amazon's?
Yeah,
is that one?
Those are Amazons.
So there must have been more to that Amazon Steppenwolf fight.
Oh my! Look at our boy.
That's awesome.
Oh,
look at him flying towards the camera. Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
okay, that was fun.
Oh, hey, while we're at it, wait, hold on. Let's see if.
Yeah, somebody's saying that's the bat. So I think that's Batman.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I got everyone's hopes up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hold on. While we're at it,
you want to go through the other ones?
I want.
All right, we can do these, and then we probably need to wrap it up because we are.
I cannot. Everybody's so beautifully.
That's one of the Flash really is awesome.
Just one more. Look at that axe. Oh my god.
Anti-life equation.
This movie's gonna be so good.
It is all awesome.
Oh,
I'm so excited about the trailer for tomorrow.
Oh,
that right there. We didn't see that in the theatrical version with the symbol in the ground. That's actually supposed to be the anti-life equation. So
is that directly from the comics? Like that? Is that exactly what it looks like?
I don't know exactly how it's represented in the comics, but it makes sense that if Steppenwolf or Darkseid takes the axe and throws it into the ground, it creates the anti-life equation, and then everything goes to crap. So that makes sense.
Sorry, I lost my crack there for a second. But see, that's because when we're busy covering this as podcasters and as journalists and so on, like sometimes I kind of forget that I get to also nerd out and geek out about these kind of things. So for me, because I didn't know. So Rebecca texted me yesterday saying "Yo, how excited are you for that Flash tease in the latest footage that Zack released?" I'm like, well, what are you talking about? So she sends me the link. So I watch that and I'm like, okay, oh my god, that's Darkseid. And then our boy just pew! with the white lightning. It's like, and also, can we talk about the fact that we're gonna see Granny Goodness in this movie?
Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that she would be in the film.
No, but everybody knows nothing.
Throw that out. Throw it out.
Yes. But yeah, guys, again, we're gonna have so much fun when we do a live commentary for this. When we get to because I think we will. Rebecca, how many times do you think you will see the Snyder Cut in 1 week after it comes out? Are you going to be calling in sick and be like guys, I can't come to work today?
I'm definitely taking a day to myself. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I that shot of the bat tank is ripped straight from the Dark Knight Returns. Is it?
There is a tank in that book.
Yeah. But that shot of it, maybe him standing on the top of it. Yeah, I know that Dark Knight Returns is like one of Ben Affleck's favorite Batman books, so that wouldn't have surprised me whatsoever. But guys, we've gone for almost over 3 hours now, so we're gonna start wrapping it up here. Rebecca, this continues to be so much fun. Like got like good. What are we gonna do after Snyder Cut? We gotta find like other things now to live stream about.
I'm sure there's plenty of things.
Yeah, but tell everyone what's coming up Supergirl Radio. You guys have a big episode on Tuesday coming up. But like, if we have new listeners who aren't familiar with Supergirl Radio, tell them what Supergirl Radio is, what's coming up. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, sure. So I am one of the co-hosts of a podcast called Supergirl Radio, which covers the CW Supergirl TV series and all things Kara Zor-El. And you can find us at supergirlradio.com. And then you can find all of our social media accounts there as well. It's just at Supergirl Radio everywhere. But Tuesday, February 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing a live stream much like this here on DCTV Podcast YouTube channel about the comic book history of a character called Leslie Lar. And if you don't know who Leslie Lar is, she is one of Supergirl's greatest foes in the Silver Age of Supergirl. So you might want to tune in for that because we're going to go through all of her appearances, at least all the appearances I could find of her that were recorded on the interwebs. And the reason that we're doing it is because Superman and Lois has a character named Leslie Lar. And I have a hard time believing that's a coincidence. So just to kind of prep you for Superman and Lois so that you'll know who Leslie Lar might be, we are going to go through her comic book history and talk about her because she is specifically a Supergirl villain, a very great Supergirl villain. So hang out with us on Tuesday, February 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern to talk about Leslie Lar.
Where can they find you on social media? Well, you're on Instagram, so...
Yeah, you can find us. Let's see. I'll type in, make a little banner here just to be fancy. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Supergirl Radio. So definitely check us out.
Also, because I know that you guys have a competition going on right now that I forgot to like put up something, but you want to plug that competition too if people want to take part of that? Yeah,
we have a what we call a DCTV podcast plugs contest, which basically means we want somebody to record the plugs for us. Normally, every episode of Supergirl Radio, we plug all of the podcasts on the DCTV Podcast Network. So to let everybody know about which shows we have. And Morgan just kind of doesn't want to do it anymore because she has to do it all the time. So we are asking people if they would like to participate and be featured on Supergirl Radio to send us your rendition of the DCTV podcast plugs. You basically just read the plugs that we have on the network and just send us an audio file. Can be an MP3, a WAV, an M4A, whatever audio file you have, and just send it to supergirlradio@gmail.com by February 21st. And you will be sent some giveaways, some little prize items if you participate. So if you want to get more information about that, check out Supergirl Radio and feel free to ask us any questions about the contest at supergirlradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, I cannot believe that Morgan is retiring. I'm very heartbroken, but I have loved the previous plugs that you guys have had from your listeners. The one that rhymes always makes me like I kind of feel a little cherry, whatever. So I'm like, damn, how does she rhyme with my podcast so much better than I can? Because I'm like, let us smart podcast. And I'm like, nothing rhymes with Way Rider. So yeah, go ahead. If you go to, I think there's a post on Supergirl Radio's Instagram or something I saw that today. So yeah, go take part. You can win some cool prizes, and you can help Morgan save her vocal cords.
That's right.
Exactly. But for us here on the Flash Podcast, so first of all, you can find us on theflashpodcast.com for all the latest information about the Flash TV show, all the latest episodes of the Flash Podcast, and much more. If you want to follow us on social media, at the Flash Podcast, simple as that. I am so greedy that I took everything on social media-ish. Not TikTok, because I'm not I'm not a garbage human being. I will never do TikTok. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the Flash Podcast. Check us out there. You can go to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and other places where you subscribe to podcast. If you haven't done so already, give us some 5-star review. You know what? Give us a Supergirl Radio some 5-star reviews for how amazing we have been with our collaborations for the past couple of weeks. Also because, we're the world's finest, so, just do it. And you can email the flashpodcast@gmail.com for questions, thoughts, feedback, recommendations, or things that you want us to cover on the podcast. So, because I think we have at least one more episode to do before the Flash Season 7 premieres on Tuesday, March 2nd on the CW. And again, I'm still questioning if the show really is coming back on March 2nd, but we're crossing our fingers. And you can follow me at Andy Behbakht on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Andy Behbakht. I am also a co-host of the Titans podcast, and I also run the Mall Report, and also I write a ton of stuff for ScreenRant.com. And that's where you can find me. And since since I can still I can still use my vocal cords, unlike Morgan, so I can plug the network still if needed, but I will not do it as well as anyone who takes part in the competition on Supergirl Radio. But remember, we're part of the entire DC Podcast Network that has amazing podcasts for The Flash, Supergirl, Let Us Tomorrow, Black Lightning, Titans, Doom Patrol, Batwoman, Stargirl, Superman, Lois, Green Lantern, Strange Adventures, Justice League Dark, and DC TV After Dark at DCPodcast.com. You can follow the entire network on social media at DC Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Last but not least, you can subscribe to our mega feed on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and also we're now also available on Spotify. I was able to finally get us up on Spotify after months of trying to figure that out. Spotify, you don't make things easy for us, but we made it happen. And we also because you may have seen on some of our Twitter fleets, I hate myself, but also Instagram stories about our TeePublic store. We have a lot of great merchandise available on our DC Podcast TeePublic store. So if you go to DCPodcast.com and there's a link to our store. If you go specifically to that link, you can get great merchandise to support yourself as a great DC fan, but also support us as a network, because when you get something from the store, you also help support us at the same time, so we can bring you more content and more podcasts, because God knows that I'm a podcast alcoholic. I'm not able to stop. So and
now there's a sale going on, so you'll get some things discounted.
There you go. And and also because we're doing this on YouTube now, don't forget to like this video if you liked our live commentary, and also hit that subscribe button so you can always keep up with our content, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live with a brand new video or a brand live stream. Rebecca, I hate myself.
You have to do it.
Like and subscribe. But I like attention, so I don't mind it. What have I become?
That's Andy's catchphrase now.
Yeah, I like attention. So, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for catching us with the Batman vs. Superman commentary. If you want to rewatch the Man of Steel one, it is up on our YouTube channel. And as of next week, the first Man of Steel commentary will come out on Apple Podcast, all the podcast feeds, and then the BBS one in chronological order, of course. So, Rebecca, again, thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me. I can't believe in a month from now we will be sitting and talking about a Snyder Cut.
That's wild. I'm so excited.
Yeah. 4 hours. How will we do?
I think we're going to make it. I think we'll be all right.
All right. Well, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And from all here on the Flash Podcast, I'm Andy B, and we'll see you next time on the Flash Podcast and here on YouTube. Take care, everyone.